All right, welcome everybody who is
What?
currently on
Well,
YouTube watching.
weird.
This is the start of today's live stream. We are back with episode. I think this is the 10th live stream episode that we've done, but this is actually our 19th session. So we've been at this pretty consistently for quite an extended period of time. And yes, we're going to get started with today's session. Let me just make sure everything is up to date and everyone can see. Okay.
What?
But apparently they can't. I'm see why. Hold up 1 second here.
Oh, do I need to get rid of my live stream?
Did you see my message for yesterday's stuff?
I might have to.
One song for like 2 minutes muted like most of the recording.
Let me see if like closing my stream fixes it.
Oh no, it's
I
fine.
understand why Twitch is so overkill with that.
Here we go. So, there you go. I'm bringing back all the cams, guys. Bringing back all the cams. They're all coming back. And all the cams are back. Now, just get Danks back, and we can get started.
Ooh, that's a good
I feel
angle.
like I've heard this music. Is this not from Zelda? Or
I
is
gotta
this-
turn it up.
I don't
is
think
this
it's
Final
from
Fantasy?
Zelda.
I've heard this music before. I just picked
I
it
don't
up.
know where it's from.
All right. So let's see over here. You guys are probably going to have to turn me down in Discord. I'm going to raise my volume a little bit. There you go. All right. All right. All right. All right. Okay, good. This is going to be what I need to do. Cool. All right. You guys able to adjust my volume? You guys are fine?
Yeah, that took you down about 10 to 20% there.
Cool.
Took you down like 100%. Looks you're at 200 for me.
Yeah. All right, let me put on a compressor for people who are watching at home. All right, that should stop it from dropping too low, and I think we're good to go. All right, so now that we're done with all the technical stuff, threshold, yeah, should be fine. It's not an issue. Okay, so where we last left off, we were currently in the camp at the base of the magical contraption that the Kinku was working on. What ended up happening is that something had seemingly activated the portal, which then stood upright, and you noticed some kind of magical distortion appear in the middle of it. As the colors around you began changing drastically, a lot of you kind of took up positions around the camp, expecting something negative to happen. And that is where we left off. This week, we actually have everyone in, so this is kind of a cool episode for us. So I'm going to just start it right there. So as the distortion field seems to happen and the colors around you seem to shift drastically, the magical field within the arch itself begins to settle. And as it does so, it settles into an almost greenish hue. Even though the sky around you remains more of a reddish purpley haze, the portal itself has more of a green-like distortion. And rather than it being just lightning bolts everywhere kind of emanating from it, it just seems to be a giant green swirl. And as that's happening, the Kinku, who was kind of really caught off guard by everything he was seeing, starts to take more of a curious approach and calms down. And now, what do you guys do in this moment?
Hey,
I'm gonna approach the middle of the portal to see like the front of it where the swirl is to see what's happening with it.
I'm gonna approach the Cancun. The Cancun. Oh, whoops.
Yeah, listen, I know you
That's
want to
a
go
bad-
on vacation, but Cancun should not be on your mind after Jamaica, all right? Take it easy.
The Cancun.
Man.
And Cabo's on my mind after Jamaica, if we're being honest.
So you want to approach the Cancun, and Torak, you want to approach. What about the rest of y'all? What do you guys want to do?
I want to do a knowledge arcana roll and see what I can get from
Okay.
fog.
All right. So why don't you roll me a d20 and you see what you get? Yeah, even though you're able to recognize the distortion around you, nothing you're seemingly able to recognize from your vast knowledge of magic and magical related beings seems to relay any information in regards to the environment that's being created right now.
Word.
For Andre, Galahad, and Vita, what are you guys doing?
Vita stays in the tent, but
Oh.
watches through the slit in the fabric.
Okay, cool.
Andre is gonna sit down on the rock, pull out his book, and start creating another artwork.
Okay, all right. Let me put Andre on that rock then, right around here by the horses and shit. And what about you, Galahad?
I'm going to stay by the fire and watch with my hand on my hilt of my sword and my shield in my left hand.
All right, let me just make these things proportionate, because right now.
My rolls don't show up for some reason, but I got a nat 20.
You probably have yours hidden.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fucking duplicated all of them because the main ones don't seem to want to work. Then it doesn't show up, so.
There you go. All right, so we'll just go with we'll go with the 20. So just basically, as you sit there and you begin drawing, you feel like you have a solid grasp of what it is that you're trying to draw, and you just go at it. At that same time, Torok,
Nice.
you approach the distortion, and as you get closer, how close do you get?
I'll start with 15 feet away. See if I feel anything.
Standing 15 feet away, nothing really happens to you. You can tell it's a very powerful magic that's emanating from it, just from the sheer air pressure. But beyond that, you can't glean any other information from the green in front of you.
Yeah, if I can find a rock close to me, I want to throw it through the portal, just lightly,
All right, hold up.
like lob it to see if it ends on the other side.
Okay, let me just, because these particle effects are crazy. Yeah, whatever, I'll just leave it. You want to lob a rock at it? Okay,
Yeah.
so as you grab a rock and you lob it at the portal, what ends up happening is that rather than going inside, it just stands in place for a few seconds on the distortion and then gets bounced right out.
I back up as back as I can.
Cool. All right. And Azura, you at this point go up to the Kenku, who's standing approximately 20 feet away, right around here. And as you approach him, you could tell that he's really focused. He doesn't even notice you coming up behind him.
I look to him, also equally curious, and I say, "What is happening? What have you activated?"
And he looks back and he says, I'm not sure. Oh. It just shifted. I don't know what caused this.
But it was the stone, right? It had to have been.
I'm not sure. Maybe it was one of you guys. This change is rather abnormal. And just as you guys are entering conversation, all of a sudden you start to hear yelling back from where you guys came from. You hear a lot of people yelling back from where the area that you guys came from.
Oh no.
Well, that's a good sign.
Do the yelling sound like tieflings?
I mean, tieflings don't necessarily sound different than regular
Does
people.
it sound like fighting or screams or
It
just
sounds like shouting. What you guys can hear is just shouting and screaming.
screaming?
What's going on?
And it's a lot of voices. They're approximately like 70 to 55, I would say, almost like 100 feet away. Azur, you're the only one who could see it from where you're standing. You could actually just see the backs of lots of the human mercenary guards. A couple of them are running towards you, but a lot of them are just kind of standing off in the direction, going off where you came from when you guys originally entered the camp.
I yell out towards them, "What's going on?"
Vita comes out of the tent and goes to one of the horses and gets ready to ride it.
All right. Just
If they didn't hear me, I would cast thaumaturgy to raise the sound of my voice and then yell again.
I will follow Vita and get on the horse as well.
All right.
I want to go to the other side of the portal
Okay.
and see if I see
As
the
you
same
circle
thing.
around to the other side of the portal, you recognize that it's the same thing on the opposite side as well. Just as dense. Go ahead, Joseph.
I also want to move up to the portal. Before this happened, were any of the symbols or sigils glowing?
Yes. Wait. I think so, right? You said that there was one or two runes.
There were definitely runes on it. They weren't all glowing, but now they are.
What can I try and identify which ones are glowing? Like try and piece together what the gate is kind of saying.
I remember I told you guys last week. Let me see if I still have my note from last week.
Let me check.
'Cause I think,
Oh, it said something.
yeah, it definitely said something. I just
Yeah, I remember reading one of the runes, but I can't remember what it said.
All right, hold on. Let me just
One
drop all
may
the models over
enter,
here.
or one way, or
Wait, I have it here somewhere.
Yeah, if you don't mind pulling that up. Sorry, working remotely.
Yeah, sure.
Some of my notes don't get kept out here. All right, let me just drop some of these models. And now you, Azura, you can see now as the guys come close, the couple humans come running up to you and say, "What's happened here? What's all the light changing going on? And what's this?" And he's kind of pointing toward the portal behind you.
we don't know yet. He's trying to figure it out. We haven't touched anything. It's he might have activated it, or it might be a cause of something else. What's going on? What's with all the yelling back there?
I don't know if you guys are part of it, but when you guys came forward and the lights started changing, a bunch of tieflings just ran out. The demon blood now are in talks with the boss.
I had no knowledge of this.
All right.
Can
And
we
as-
get going? Galahad's just going to untie the horse and head towards Azura
Okay, all right.
to see
And
if they need
Vita,
to go in any way.
Vita, where did you go?
Vita is on a horse, but she says to Galahad, well, for not running away, I don't think it'd be a good idea to steal a horse.
Oh, these are steel. Oh, it's my bad. Okay, I'll leave the horse
I thought we were running.
here. It's my bad. I was like, good. You're right. So that's probably a good idea. And I'll just walk over to Azura.
All right. And so, let me just make everyone.
Azura, what's going on?
They say that the tieflings have come and spoken to the head guard.
All right. Should we go? Should some of us go and try to quell the situation before it gets out of hand? Then.
I agree that we won't gain anything here. Somebody
Do you
should
need
be-
to? Do you wish to stay here, or do you wish to go?
I'm going to go.
I can go in your place.
You are actually able to speak to. I will go as well. I will go talk with the guards.
You're right.
Well, anyone who knows any of this magical stuff should probably figure that out. I can't be any help. My base level of knowledge isn't going to do anything.
Jordan and I will stay. I'll be the translator between the two. You guys go check on the
All right.
situation up front. Yell for us if anything urgent comes, and we'll yell if some demon or something comes from this gate.
Okay, all right. So just to be clear. Sorry, go ahead.
If anything comes from the gate, I suggest you don't yell, you just run. Because if something comes out of that gate, given how big it is and how creepy it is, if you don't run, I don't know what would happen to you, but it doesn't seem like it'll be simple.
You make a fair point. I'll run as far enough as I can so I can still live to tell the tale later.
Try to take a horse. If we run out of here, let's all agree to just take a horse.
All right, Vita, you coming with us to go with me to go see the guards, or no?
All right.
Same.
So
All right,
Vita
let's
and
go.
Galahad start making their way over there. And I'm guessing the rest of y'all stay back here.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
sit down next to the stone and I'm gonna start ritually casting Identify on the stone itself.
Wait, Andre, what are you doing?
I'm still fucking drawing. I'm just oblivious to what's going on.
Go ahead and do it. That's fine.
I'm mad at you, bro.
All right. And then, so you want to identify the stone. What about you, Jordan? What are you doing?
I'm trying to identify like what
The runes are?
what those. Yeah.
Okay. And then you, Azura, you're right by the Kinku, correct?
Close enough, but still making sure that if somebody's gonna get sucked in first, it's him.
Okay.
I've experienced enough portals sucking me in through areas to know not to be the one in the front.
Okay, so as you, Vita, and Galahad start to approach the crowd, now the arguing seems to be more tangible, and you could tell that this is a dispute over who gets access towards the portal. The humans clearly don't want to allow them, and the tieflings are basically yelling back at them, but fighting hasn't broken out. Just as that happens, as you begin to start expecting the ruins, Jorsen, on the right side, which is the side that you're on of the portal, all of a sudden you see emerge a tiny hold up. Let me just drop it for you guys. I think it's easier
Oh no.
if you visually see it. I think it'll probably be better.
Oh boy.
There it is. As you have that happen, all of a sudden you see emerging from it. Let it load so everyone doesn't have any issues. Here it is. Please don't do that.
Hold on, my dog bitch, and I'll be right back.
No. Oh no.
You see a rat walk out. No! And as he walks out, he kind of looks a little bit frightened.
Please.
And as that happens, 2 more pop out. And then as they see you, all of a sudden you see them start to chatter, and then they run back inside.
Oh no.
I yell.
And you notice that the distortion around them as they go back inside begins to shift a little bit, and the green portal in front of you goes back to being settled once they're fully in there.
Oh shit.
Azura. Can't leave.
Oh. Hurry.
Azura.
I saw.
We need oil and fire.
We need to destroy the stone.
No.
We now know what's on the other side. That civilization is too advanced for us to fight. We have to destroy the stone.
Okay.
And I am saying this loud enough that the Kanku can hear.
Okay, so just to be clear, Azura, you wouldn't have seen it. The only person who would have seen it would have been Andre and you, Jorson.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Oh, well,
so I'm assuming you're telling me that.
Yeah, that's going to change the conversation a bit.
Oh, yeah, okay. Let's work on that a little bit.
The rat men came through.
What?
They are on the other side of the portal. 3 of them just emerged and went back through it.
Oh, we need to get the fuck out of here. After we destroyed the stone.
Why don't we just break this thing? It doesn't seem like they'll be able to come through afterwards.
Andre,
All right.
This thing was destroyed before we even came here. It got resurrected by the stone.
Okay, so now, as you guys are approaching, you hear the screaming. Okay, I'm going to just stop it right there. Okay, this is what's going to happen. I need you, Azura, to roll me a d20.
God damn it. Trying to let my fucking dog out. You guys keep pulling me back.
What's gonna happen? Is this 2.0? What's about to happen?
Yeah.
Okay. Oof. All right.
I feel like it's 2.0 time.
Okay. So, Torak, as you cast, what level Identify did you cast?
First level. I just cast it as a ritual. It's not done yet. It takes 11 minutes.
Okay, all right. Okay, cool. Perfect. So, as you guys are going through the cast, you guys are discussing it, and just as you arrive at the gate, at the crowd of people arguing Vita and Galahad, you guys here by the gate notice the shift a little bit, and just as that happens, it happens very quickly. You notice a bunch of rats start pulling out of the gate. Okay.
Yeah.
And now you, Galahad, Andre, and Azura, you guys are all watching this, as is the king, who has now just kind of turned the corner.
Wait, Galahad, we see
Sorry.
here?
Azura, Jorson, and Andre. And you... All right, you guys are going to like this.
I don't feel like we will.
Are we?
Yeah,
You notice a bunch of rats coming out, all different looking kinds, right?
Okay, I'm sorry, but this thing is going down.
And just as they start popping out, and you can tell more of them are coming out, Azura, you start to run away. The portal begins changing colors, and you can tell the rats are a little bit confused. And as the portal starts changing colors, it goes from a greenish hue to almost a complete white. And as it does so, some of the rats that were coming out halfway through the portal all of a sudden just get cut in half. And then they fall to the floor, and then the rats are confused. And the distortion kind of grows. And the rats start backing away from the portal, kind of confused as to what just happened.
Crap, I just put it together.
Do I still have Thaumaturgy cast on me?
You still have tongues. Tongues is what you have cast on you.
I also caused the thaumaturgies. Okay. I know what to do.
Okay. So this happened very fast. Everything's kind of happening simultaneously. It's kind of interesting to manage. So as the hue changes white, what ends up happening is that Galahad and Vita, you guys are the first to notice this, but everyone that was arguing in front of you stops, and they stop moving completely. They're like in mid-motion.
The heck is going on? Vita, they're not moving.
Vita starts scanning for Morgan. Do I see Morgan anywhere?
I'm just gonna like tap on the head of one of the humans because they're the one closest to me to see if
as you go to tap him, you notice that they're completely frozen. Like even if you were to try to move their arm, like you can't. They're not frozen in ice. They're
Vita,
just frozen.
wrong. Okay, I immediately say, Vita, something's wrong. We need to go back.
All right.
And I'll start running back.
And
because clearly something isn't.
And just before you're even able to do that, the whitish hue from the portal changes a little bit in intensity, and then a wave comes out. And this time, as the wave kind of pierces outwards, Andre, you're the first to notice this, but the horses behind you stop moving. And Vita and Galahad, as you guys are running back, you guys also stop moving. And now it's just the people by the portal. And just as that's happening, you notice this first, Jorson, but out comes a short man with a staff outside of the portal. And as he does so, he sees the rats in front of him and he goes, you were trying to use ours, huh? And as he does so, he just blows them away. And you see them disappear.
What?
All right.
So now it's Torok, Jorson, Andre, and Azura who are by the gate. And
I was definitely further away. Don't play with me.
All right. I'll throw you over here.
I wasn't that far away.
All right.
Take your distance. You can move your own mini.
I know. I wondered why.
All right. So, as he comes out, he kind of sees you guys, and he looks over to the group he sees on the left that were kind of observing the stones over here, and he says, And as he takes a glance over you, he also starts to look around a little bit. I haven't had to be here in a long time. Well, are you the ones responsible?
Realm.
It seems you guys were the ones responsible for this. For what reason?
Not really.
No? Then who?
Is the Kenku around?
And as that happens, you see the Kenku kind of pop out and begin trying to communicate with the being that just appeared in front of you. And he turns around looking at the Kenku, and they start speaking to each other. Only Torok and Azura can hear. But the Kenku kind of looks over to the short man, and he says, "You've come. I ask for my audience. For too long, you have ignored us." And the short figure kind of replies to him. He says, "Your people have made their bid, and now you dared bring us here. Considering the corruption, well, you've made a mistake. No, it is my birthright. You know this to be wrong. Now give me the audience I was promised." And as that happens, the short man kind of bangs his staff onto the floor and he says, "Well, you've made a mistake. And for that, the price has to be paid." And just as he does that, he bangs his staff a second time, and you see the Kenku just get split in half. And the Kenku's body just drops to the floor.
I'm gonna take 2 steps towards him and be like, "Greetings, sir. My name is Torok. Who do we have the pleasure?" of speaking with. Shaky voice.
Yes. Well, my title is that of adjudicator. I'm the intermediate before the other realms and this one. This portal here at the God Realm the Godwood has been unused for a long time. So imagine my surprise when I see it activated. For what reason did you guys come here?
We came here to ask for passage for the tieflings to transfer to the other lands so that they may find a more peaceful residence.
Well, seems that you guys are unaware of how this works.
Yes, we seem to have figured that out ourselves too.
Woefully, sir. Woefully unaware.
I don't have time to explain it to you, so I'll just show you. And as he does so, he kind of snaps his finger, and within the minds of all four of you, you guys see images of what this place used to look like. This used to actually be the center point for an ancient elven civilization. And the Godwood that you guys are seeing now looks nothing like the Godwood that used to exist before. Before, it used to be full of statues and elven ruins that were both able to worship the gods as well as create an environment that seemed seemingly safe, yet in tune with nature. And as you're seeing these images and you're seeing this kind of glorious civilization, you see its decay start to envelop as beasts become more prevalent, demonic figures start to pop out, and the trees begin to alienate themselves from the population. And you realize that the elves kind of gave up on this space for whatever reason. They decided to leave. And corruption began to fill this place. As that happened, this portal lost its connection to the other realms that was provided by the gods, and as a result fell into decay. And so now, thousands of years later, you are at present day, and you are now able to see just how much this area shifted. And as you guys come back, you see the figure before you, and he kind of tilts his head a little bit downward where you cannot see his eyes, and he says, now that you understand, you can see why the gods wish no parts of this area.
But what is the corruption?
The
And can
corruption,
it be destroyed?
the corruption comes from the lack of care that people, mortals, have shown this area. They've allowed the wrong things to fester. And as a result, it is what you see before you today. Now, as far as whether or not it can be undone, you would have to ask the Elven King. But there is much cleaning up that needs to be done.
How?
How? Why? If you wish to use this, it will be on you to understand how this all began and how to fix it. You cannot expect us to come here and give you all the answers. I'm just here to tell you why you cannot and will not use this gate, nor will those rats.
Who are
If I
those
may.
people? Ah,
That is
If I may.
not for me to answer. I am simply the intermediate meant to give you the answer.
By fixing everything that was broken, would both realms prosper, or would it change nothing?
I could not tell you the will of the gods, but what I can say is, if you don't show them favor, they bestow upon you no favors.
Educator, sir. Being. If I may ask a selfish and undeserving request.
Yes, go ahead.
Can you get rid of this mark on my neck?
No. Now, if you guys wish to use this, understand that this place must be brought back. That is the only way you would gain access to this gate.
I will let them know.
But you cannot tell us what we need to do in order to remove the corruption. We must discover that for ourselves.
How about a trial? If you pass it. One moment. And as you see that, you can kind of see the dog. You guys, I think Azura would have noticed, because Azura, he never actually turned around to look at you. But there's a small wolf-like figure at its feet. It's almost like a fox, if you will. And as it all of a sudden kind of stands up, you notice the humanoid creature kind of look down at it, and he says, how about this? One has offered for you guys to get a bit of information should you pass a trial.
One of the gods.
Can I cast Speak with Animals on myself and converse with the wolf creature?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, I that would probably be a waste. If I can understand all languages, then they probably didn't.
But if he wants to speak with the dog, I'll speak with the dog. All right. So you cast it. You cast it, and just as you do so, what do you want to say?
I will ask the creature if he's the one giving us this trial.
And he kind of peers his head over around the coat of the humanoid figure, and as he does so, and he says, that was unnecessary. And you realize that he's kind of speaking into your mind, but also doing so in common. And as he does so, he says,
Oh.
I can hear you just fine. And you notice his eyes kind of change a bit of a color. It goes from a purple, an orange hue to more of a dark green. And as he does so, he looks at you and says, I'm simply speaking through this being, taking an interest in random events every now and then. That's all.
Oh, I see.
Yes. By the way, turn over your book. I'd like to see what you have in there.
Oh, you wish to see my artworks? And here you go.
Yeah, and as
you can, by the way, I have like excerpts of like all of my artworks in my DMD Beyond page. Check it out.
As you turn it over, he looks and he goes, "Oh, wow, rather nice. Well, thank you for that." And he kind of peers back behind the coat, and you can give yourself inspiration.
Bro, I knew it. These troll rolls, bro.
Nice.
He had a natural 20, so I had to give him that. So, as the adjudicator lifts his head, he says, "It will be a trial of the mind. Now, who will participate?"
I will.
Step forward.
I will as well.
Okay.
I will as well.
All right.
Sure, why not? No, I have more important things to do, and I head towards the front of the gate, or to the area where everybody's arguing.
Okay. All right. You want to head towards the area where everyone's arguing?
Stopped by now, right?
Was that?
The arguing would have stopped. He would have stopped.
Oh, no, they're frozen, aren't they?
Yeah, they're all frozen over there.
The arguing thing would have stopped. You wouldn't during the whole thing. You would have heard arguing completely
Oh
stop.
yeah, there was like pissed silence here. Good point. Oh yeah, okay, I'll join.
Yeah.
So I don't get to join, but I'm not letting you not join. I'm gonna live through you. Come on, keep going.
Now,
Yeah.
this is how it's going to work. For all things must be well wagered. I
Oh no.
will give you questions. Should you know the answers, well, from there, you get the information. But should you fail, well, there will be a cost. So what will you wager?
I will wager my sword, and I pull out the moon-touched scimitar, taken from one of my beloved friends. It's one of my only links to the past. I wager this.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Oof.
I was initially going to say no, but that's an interesting offer, so we'll see.
Nope.
As
That's
if to
a nine,
you, he
flat
says,
nine.
no. Things have to be a little bit more interesting.
I wager you the memory of when I visited the ocean and I could smell the sea breeze and the peaceful moment that I had that always brings me joy.
Okay, roll me a persuasion check.
Give me just a second. Uh, 14.
You just failed. He looks at you and says, no, not that either. What about you? He looks over at you, Azura. What would you wager?
I wager the experiences and tales that I've endured over the last year. The stories that I've experienced. Tales known only to me. Experiences known only to me. Women known only to me.
Oh, okay. All right. As you say that, the adjudicator looks up at you and he says, oh, really? Good. Well, that looks pretty good to me. Well, then we'll go with that. Seems he's satisfied. Well, let's begin the trial of the mind. And just to be a show of good faith, it seems that you have wagered something quite large. Let me bring your friends over. And just as that happens, you guys are unfrozen. And for you guys, didn't realize you were frozen. Time just kind of stopped. And so now you guys regain your senses. And you hear a message saying, come to the portal. You're requested.
Educator, I have...
Right.
Can my
Lead our
wager
friends
include...
Wait. Zara, let Galahad speak.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Saying, Vita, they probably got into some trouble. We should probably go over.
We heard that message in our minds or just aloud?
In your mind.
You heard that too? I thought that was just me. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's way worse.
Yeah.
Either way, it seems like chaos is ensuing, so might as well check it out.
I would have suggested sneaking up, but the voice is in our mind, so we might as well go.
Oh, these assets are
Don't
fire.
mess with that.
Okay, so we trot on over.
How's it?
All right. So as you guys approach the rest of the party, he kind of fills you in on exactly what's going to be happening and what's been wagered.
Educator, if I
Wagered your entire memory?
for the last year, calm down.
No. There was no stipulation on time. What he made a deal with was your memory, period.
I said year. Yo, roll
Listen,
the tape
I
back.
said-
Roll the tape back. I said year.
Yeah, he did say year.
Y'all try.
He said year.
Y'all try. This is blasphemy.
You wagered
Okay.
your memory. That's why I got excited.
Last year. Okay.
All right, we're going with
Not
memory.
my fault. You didn't hear me.
Okay. So I could retcon it, and then we could go back to where we were before if you want. That's the only option. So you're going to go with your memory,
I'm so
or I
confused.
retcon this?
If I'm going with my memory, I'm going to also request that this mark get removed from me.
It's not part of the wager. So you could either retcon it, and then we could go back, and then we could figure out a different wager, or we go with the memory. What you want?
Fuck it, memory. Let's go.
All right, cool.
That's correct. I'm not going to teach you everything.
I have but one request, Adjudicator. I'd like this to be a part of the reward as well, as I poke to my neck, indicating the hunter's mark.
If you pass with flawless marks, then I'll consider it.
Flawless marks. We're doing some sort of trial. Sir, why did you bet all of that?
Let's go. Stop wasting time.
It's fine. Vita, you ready? We're doing a trial. Whatever it means.
All right. Now, the first question. I have cities without townsfolks, forests without trees, and lakes without water. What am I?
Oh, this is a riddle. Okay.
Cities without time.
Adjudicator, quick question. If one of us blurts out an answer and that's the wrong answer, does that mean we fail the entire question? Or do we have
I
to all
will
agree?
allow for 2 tries on the first one. So make a decision
2
between each of us.
tries.
All right.
All right, guys, come on. Let's think this
Time
through.
is ticking. I will give you 2 minutes.
Cities without
Gosh dang.
people.
All right, the time's on. Go ahead. You guys can just talk freely.
It was cities without people.
Forest
Forest
without trees.
trees and lakes without water.
I think I know, but it's a risk. It's
I think
the
I might
first thing
have
that came into my head.
I'm not sure.
Space, land. Is that what you're thinking?
No, it's a map.
But there might be complications to that. What if there's something
Yeah, I know.
else?
I know.
seems-
That's why I said it's risky.
Oh, but that is a
It
good
could be a
one.
map or a globe.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. Okay, so just to go over again. A city without people,
Cities without.
forests without trees.
Lakes without waters.
No.
But okay, water. It could be on a map, but it's still withdrawn water.
But that's
Yeah, but
not
it
really
doesn't
water.
have actual water.
Yeah,
and the
exactly.
forests don't have actual trees.
And the cities don't have
I get
actual
what you mean.
people.
That,
So that's, I like
but do you have any other ideas? If we only have one idea, we should go for it and then try again
I
because we have
thought
2
the
tries.
God was, but there's obviously water here and trees, so yeah.
Yeah, there definitely is.
Like fucking decrepit and shit. I don't know.
Tarak, I like your idea. I like that one.
Let's do it with Tarak. You go with your answer first, and then if that fails, we'll panic and try to think of some of another one.
Okay, then I'll say a map adjudicator.
And as you give that answer, he bangs his staff and he goes, "Well done. The first one is correct."
Nice.
All right.
I'm sweating.
Now, on to the next one. And as he does so, you can see the fox kind of curl right up behind him very curiously. And he goes, "What has 6 legs, but only moves on 4?"
I feel like I remember this from somewhere.
6 legs, but only moves on 4.
What has 6 legs but only moves on 4? Okay, tables only have 4 legs.
Praying mantis.
Move. No, they don't have 6 legs. They have 2
I have
pincers.
2.
No, they have 4 legs and then 2 pincers. Their arms, technically.
It can't be an animal. It can't be an animal.
Well, what if it's an animal carrying something? Like a person.
Ooh, okay. But would that be... But the riddle sounds like it's a singular thing, right? Could it be 2 things?
No, that would be out of character.
Character. Okay, so Vita's idea is 2 things. We can say that for a second try then, just in case whatever we come up with first doesn't work.
He didn't say that we'd have a second try for a second question. Only the first.
I
No,
will allow
Oh,
it.
really?
I will allow it.
Okay.
6 legs.
Okay.
Only moves
Listen.
4.
Listen. 6 legs will only moves on 4. Something that raises up its last legs, maybe?
What
It
type
says
of
moves,
vehicles-
walks, right?
What type of
30
vehicles have
seconds.
anchors or something? Like 2 anchors that you would put down and then lift them up.
Okay, pick something, guys. We gotta pick something.
I think the easiest is we go with Vita's, because it's a horse and a rider.
Vita, pick something. Okay, horse and a rider. That's our answer. Does it work?
Oh, a horse-drawn cart. No.
He bangs this
We
thing
said
again. He
horse.
says, "Well done."
Nice.
Good one.
Thank you so much, Vita.
Brain and beauty. Brain and beauty.
Oh, hold up. I gotta turn off this timer. You guys got it though. That was good. He looks up at you and says, "Wow, I'm rather impressed. Let's see if we can go 3, 4, 3. For this one, I will give you 5 minutes, but only one try."
No. Okay.
No.
If you say what I am, you shall break me. What am I?
Oh,
It
I know.
sounds like a secret.
A promise
Promise.
or a secret.
Yeah. I mean, if you say a promise, you don't break the promise, but if you say a secret, you break it.
You break trust.
Yeah, you break the
Okay, we get one try this time, guys. So no,
semantics.
we got.
I'm pretty sure it's a secret.
If you say what I am, then you break me.
Oh, if you say what I am.
Everyone's cut.
What could be? So you say what I am. So it can't be a secret because you don't break a secret.
Unless you say the secret, not that it's a secret.
Yeah, if you say the secret. Yeah, but that's not like that doesn't make any sense. Like we say a general secret. This seems like something specific that everyone would know, not a weird secret that one of us might have. You know?
Oh, fuck.
Silence. Silence.
Yeah, we both said at the same time.
What? Why would it be silence?
Because
You break silence.
If you say silence, you break silence.
So, that makes sense. What do you guys? This okay. Do we have any other? I think that's the best one we've got so far.
Yeah. It's,
What-
too,
I don't know,
it's
secret one.
so elegant.
Yeah.
What if it's quiet?
High five that we both said that shit at the same time. Even if we're wrong,
That's
I
fair,
don't
I'm
care. Like, we were in sync.
All right. If you're wrong, I hope we're not. Silence is our answer.
Oh, well, before me and you didn't wage anything.
No, I wagered for
Listen,
all.
Vita,
We didn't wage
Yeah.
anything.
stop. Vita, stop talking.
I'm trying to be fair. It's not fair.
I said
So
silence.
they did it with wages. So yes,
Azura says
we'll go with
out
our
loud,
answer.
silence.
And then he grabs his staff and he bangs it on the floor. Again, he says, "Well done."
Nice.
I thought I was good with riddles, but you guys are faster than me.
As that happens, he bangs his staff on the floor one more time. And Azura, you feel the mark that's been on your neck start to evaporate.
Nice.
All right. And as that happens, he looks over at you guys and he says, "Quite surprising." And the fox kind of peers out from behind and he says, "Well, I've taken an interest in you guys. This has been rather an entertaining evening."
Oh my god.
Yes, and as you see the fox just get larger in size almost at will, very comfortably. So now it's standing about as tall as Azura while sitting on its hind legs. And as it does so, it kind of looks over at everyone and says, "How about this? Would you guys like to do one more for fun?"
Yes.
I guess so. Yes, sure. Why not?
I am in a good mood, so why not?
I have confidence in our ability to do another.
But for fun.
All All right. In that case,
Yeah, sure. If there's no consequences, it's just for fun.
you will receive the information that you've requested without an issue. But for this final one, I will bestow upon you guys a gift. But, like all things, I'd like to make this one a little bit different. Give me a moment.
Different how?
And
Okay.
whilst I think of that, why don't you talk amongst yourself about what you'd like to wager against this potential gift? And all of a sudden, you see his eyes kind of roll back.
Ooh.
No.
Okay, so it might not be just entirely for fun.
I'm not wagering my memories.
I will wager
What would be
one
good
of
enough?
my artworks at most choice or whatever that fucking creature is.
I can.
Is this important? Do we need more power to do this good? Is that what we're supposed to do? Solve this corruption?
The adjudicator looks at you and he says, "You're under no obligation to do anything. These are
Then I
simply
will
ideas."
offer something specific. Judicator, can you let us know if our offer would be good enough, or do we need to improve before the other
1 second. Let me just turn off this
person
timer.
comes back?
Let me just turn off this timer. Sorry, what did you say?
Or we can talk among ourselves. No, I just realized you got to do whatever the fox was doing, so I could just talk between the other group members.
Yeah, feel free. Feel free.
All of you. If we're going to be rooting out corruption, then I will offer something that I haven't told any of you, but I don't want it to come to a surprise.
I can also offer something, but it's something very dear to my heart.
The whole purpose of mine has always been to adventure, as you are all well know, but rooting out corruption is literally the only thing I've ever been taught to do. So, if that's the goal, then I can offer my knowledge of how to get back home. Or even proof that I'm from my home. If the first one isn't good enough. But since I love adventure, as much as I love home, this would be worth it, in my opinion. Does anyone else have anything to offer?
I won't say no.
If that's not good enough, there might not be enough, is what I'm saying. You offered your entire memory. And I hope you didn't expect me to teach you any language afterwards. Because going back to a baby stage would be insanity.
As you guys are having this conversation, you see the eyes kind of roll back forward. And then you see his eyes peer over to Andre and he says, I'll take that book.
You'll take the entire book?
Yes.
That is not the offer that I made.
But that is the offer that I'm willing to go with. What say you?
Very well.
I've grown to be rather fond of your art.
And painted.
I am just stupefied. Azura literally is dumbfounded that she is hearing that some higher power is fond of Andre's artwork. Like,
That's when
So do you agree?
Yep.
yeah.
I will hand over my book, not to the adjudicator, but to the animal creature.
All right.
And that's who's in charge.
And just as you place it near him, all of a sudden this wooden slab kind of just pops out from the floor, and the book is instead of being placed on the floor, it stands right there. He says, let me put it at its rightful place. And now for the rest of you. As he says that, you notice a wall kind of pop up right in front of all of you. I'm going to just kind of draw it right in front of you where you guys is. All right. And as it pops up right in front of you, it's almost on a little bit of a slant, like very, very like minute slant towards the portal. And as it does so, there's a few words inscribed. I'm going to just read them for you guys. The words say, I run more fluidly than any rhyme. I'm capable of falling, but I cannot climb. And then
So, River. water.
the
Wait,
fox.
say that again. I kind of cut off.
Let's see the rules from.
I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry. Calm down. My bad.
And then see what's it called? The fox-like creature kind of looks over at you guys and he says, "Now, use it. Don't say it."
Use it.
Ooh.
I'm sorry. A lot of that cut out for me. Can I didn't get any of that.
That's my bad.
Can you read it again? I'm very confused.
Yeah, I run more fluidly than any rhyme. I am capable of falling, but I cannot climb.
Run more fluidly than any rhyme.
He just is water.
falling. Capable of falling, but I cannot climb.
Technically, it can climb, but not in the same form.
I don't know if it's water. He said use it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's. We only get one attempt, right, Fox? I'm not sure what to call you.
Is this per person or as a group activity?
Group.
Well, shit.
Okay, so if it's water and there's a wall, will we just place water on the wall? He said use it. I
So
guess we
somebody
could
should
just
use the water spell.
Or just inscribe something on the stone, so
there.
it is a piece of stone. A slab
Oh,
that's
we could
tilted
just-
towards. Yeah, we can just engrave it.
He said, "Don't say it. Use it."
Can I just walk over to the river and put my hand in the water? Will that work?
I mean, there's a tiny stream, so if you'd like to go to that, it's not even a river; it's like a stream.
Okay.
Yeah.
run more fluidly than any rhyme. What are things that are fluid?
Yeah.
Air, technically.
But air can climb.
Air can climb. Water does not climb.
Yes.
I don't know who said that,
I mean, as mist.
but that would be mist, not water.
That is okay.
Yeah, but this is a game of
Yes, I mean-
technicalities anyway.
Typically, yeah.
I think
I
that's
guess-
a little too technical.
I mean, yeah, it is pretty technical, but I don't know if that's outside of riddles. You know, the riddles are known to be tricky.
Well, it's Andre's waiver, so it's his decision at the end.
Well, do any of you have a cup?
I don't know if it's best to just go forward. We should probably think. How much time do we have? We shouldn't just waste the time that we get.
I just pull out the cup that I have. Just pull it out of my backpack and toss it to Andre.
I'm gonna yank it out of the air. Walk over. The
What if it's-
stream, get
What
on
if it's, what if it's rain?
Yeah, but rain doesn't run, it falls.
Fuck it. I'm gonna put the mug in the water and I'm gonna take a drink. I'll look at the fox and
A
say,
river runs and a river falls.
Wait! Don't do it yet. Please stop.
Harry did it, bro.
It's his book. It's his book.
Dang it! I was drinking water, literally. Fine. Yeah, you know what? You did it. You did it. Okay, he did it. What is the answer?
Is this Super Smash Bros. Music?
It could be. I think it's part of it. I'm not mad at you.
Yeah, bro. The intro to Super Smash Bros. That.
Yeah. It definitely sounds like it.
Yeah.
I think I just heard it.
Oh, bro.
I knew I
that
heard it
shit-
somewhere. So Andre, just to be clear, what did you do?
I took the mug and put it in the water and took a drink using the water.
From the river, right? From the river?
Yeah, from the river.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna take. Okay.
Yeah, so
Is that-
as Andre begins drinking the water, the fox kind of watches him gulp it down, and you guys kind of maintain contact throughout the whole time you're drinking. All right, and then you finish your cup.
And then I probably
Nothing happens.
nasty river water.
What was that?
and then I probably puke my guts out because it's nasty river water and a corrupted forest.
As you start puking, the fox begins to belly laugh, and he. And he says, "Wonderful, you pass." The answer is water. And just as that happens, the slab in front of you just begins to recede back into the earth. And he looks over to the adjudicator and he says, "We found some interesting ones today. Well, you guys have all gained yourself a gift."
From my book, I'm going to take out the fourth artwork and give it to the creature.
Oh.
Okay, cool. So, okay, cool. And as the thing recedes completely, all of you guys can now add inspiration to yourselves. And also, where the slab receded to the floor, a small one pops out and a box comes in. And he says, "Wait a day and open it. From there, your gift shall be present." And as you hand him the piece of artwork, he kind of looks at it fondly and he says, "If you were not touched by another, I would have considered making a contract with you. Unfortunately, not such thing is not possible. But I thank you for this." And
You are the riddle.
And as he does so, he says, "Oh, and for the information, there's a little bit of parchment that pops up, and he places it right beside the box, and he says, "You will find all your information that you need here. Well, with that, we bid you guys a good day. And please, do not use these portals until this place is cleared. We'd rather not have to make another return."
It was a pleasure, adjudicator, and I take a small bow.
I'll make sure my people know, and thank you for your generosity.
And as he does so, he kind of backs into the portal, and as the white distortion kind of intensifies, he pops in. As he pops in, it stops. And you guys notice that the air kind of changes and returns more to a more normal hue. And that kind of ends that interaction with him.
I immediately walk over and smack Andre on the ass and give him a bardic inspiration and say, "Good choice, man."
I just Go ahead.
I'll clasp my hands together and offer a prayer to them.
I'm just gonna go look at the paper. Galahad.
Out the box and put it in my bag of holding.
You guys take care of the paper in the box. I will let the people up front know. I might need some muscle.
Okay.
I laugh as I walk away.
And I will follow.
All right. So, who stays with the paper in the box?
I do.
Yeah, and Galahad as well.
I will as well.
Well, it's the three of us.
Okay,
Yeah, I
cool.
guess so.
Vita, you go off, right?
Yeah, because those people were frozen. We saw that.
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
wanna-
Now they're back to just yelling at each other. They didn't even notice any time is spent, so they're completely unaware of what has happened.
Actually, I'll go with Vita and Azura.
Okay, cool. All right, so Torok and Galahad stay behind. The four of you go. I'm gonna actually handle stuff with them, and then we'll come back to the box and the parchment afterwards. Okay.
Cool.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So as you guys come up on them arguing and them fighting back and forth, you can basically tell that once again it's over the dispute of having access to the space, and they're yelling at each other at the top of their lungs. And as you guys approach from behind, what do you guys do?
I would like to walk around, taking the long way around the hostile, non-tieflings, and I want to head into my group and then look for Jimmy. I tell my group, wait here. I'll try and see if I can smooth things over from our side.
All right. And as you approach, you can tell Jimmy's at the forefront in front of everyone else arguing with the leader of the mercenary camp.
Jimmy!
It's in the front.
Yeah,
In the middle of an argument.
And as you approach Jimmy kind of looks over at you and he says, Azura, what's wrong with these people? They won't give us access. Did you not have it handled?
Jimmy, trust me. Take my advice. We need to walk away. I'll explain everything in due time, but this portal is not to be used.
What do you mean? And now the human takes an interest and he goes, yes, what do you mean?
Before I speak any further, you should go talk to my people at the gate. It seems your employer has met with a being of higher power. Unfortunately, he met his end.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Oh shit, here we go.
Oh yeah, I forgot that guy got split in half.
No, a 9.
He looks over at you and he says, "Did you kill him? Were you guys involved with
not.
killing the person who's supposed to pay off?"
If you look at my blade, you'll notice there's no blood. I haven't done anything to your employer, nor do I have the ability to do so. I'm a bard, not a warrior.
As that happens, the large human looks over to one and says, "Grab him. I don't trust this one." And one of them starts to walk over towards you.
And I immediately...
I'll step in between.
Immediately step in between next to Jordan.
All right, so Andre, you want to step in between who?
Jorson also. That was Jorson, right? That's also stepping in.
Step in between who?
Basically, me and Jorson are gonna step in between the dude coming for Azura and Azura.
Okay, all right. And what about you, Vita? What do you want to do?
Vita goes around behind the guy and taps him on the shoulder.
All right, I'm gonna just give this guy his name. Do you remember what his name was, Vita, when you wrote it for me?
Morgan?
Morgan.
Morgan.
All right, there you go. Let me just write it down here. So you walk up behind Morgan. What do you do, Vita?
I tap him on the shoulder so that he turns around, and I tell him that he has bigger problems about who's using the gate than you have bigger problems about what's coming out of the gate than you do about who's using it.
Vita, you've changed. Now you side with these demon bloods and these freaks. What's wrong with you?
If you talk about them like that one more time, I'll kill you.
Ooh.
You're not going to disrespect anyone in front of me, because then you're going to disrespect me, and I don't allow that.
I gotta
let's
take a
calm
lap.
down first.
That was too spicy. Ooh.
Okay. All right. Everybody roll initiative.
Oh, I knew
Even
we were about
us?
to get into it when I heard those words. Oh,
Okay. I was not expecting all that. Let me just make sure.
I was not either, and I'm gonna still try and actively like calm the situation down.
Me and Torak over here is like, what? What do you think they're doing?
Just looking at the box.
All right. Yeah.
sure they're
Okay.
fine.
All right. Let me set this up, guys. You guys just kind of talk amongst yourselves and do your initiative, and let me write this stuff down because there's a lot going on.
Are we
Yeah,
supposed to roll initiative just so we can act in order, or are we out of combat? technically?
You guys can roll initiative, but you guys will probably absent for, I would probably say, like 2 turns because you're so far away,
Okay.
and this is starting far away from you guys.
Cool.
I had a dirty 20 for initiative, by the way.
Oh,
Dang, last, bruh.
I'm support
22.
character anyway.
I got 22 for mine.
Nice.
I'm a 15.
I'm 4.
So should we role play what you guys do before this fight happens? Was there anything specific you guys were gonna do?
Well,
They were going to check out the
just
scroll,
rock.
but I think it makes more sense to do it after because if we do it
Yeah.
now, all that information, then combat.
basically, what we're going to do is I was going to take the parchment, put it away, and I was going to help Torak put the box in his bag of holding.
More of that.
That's about
Okay,
it.
because all right, that's fine. I'm cool with that.
All right, you just give me
So
2
cool
seconds.
with that happening? It's pretty simple. I don't think it.
Sorry. What did you
So we're
say?
not reading the parchment or anything.
Yeah.
We're just putting it away. So I put the parchment away, which is easy. It's a piece of paper, and I was helping Torak put the box in the bag of holding.
Yeah, non-issue.
We weren't reading it or opening or stuff or anything.
I was more or less just inspecting the box, see if it's locked or if it's any special features. If not, I'm just in the bag.
All right.
Abba,
Just give me a
Did
second.
you see the message I sent you last week?
I might not have. I'm gonna take everything one at a time. Give me a second, guys.
All right. I'm just asking 'cause if I do some things in combat. I just want to let you know that I tried to run it by you.
All right, no issues. Let me get all this stuff ready because I wasn't expecting all this.
Bro, who you telling, man?
Hey, Vita just went gangster on him. She said, "If you say one more word, nigga, I'll kill you."
Literally said that.
Relationship, that seems like it escalated far more than anyone expected.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
what's the
praying that
metaphor?
Reyes was just watching in the streets or some shit, and he about to come out here and clap his dad. I'm just hoping in that 1 in 100 scenario right now that Reyes comes and helps us fight.
All right.
Reyes' dad? Why are you fighting?
Bro, Reyes' dad like set him up. Like that's the reason why Reyes was in prison this whole time. He left him for dead.
I get it, but of all places to throw down.
Oh yeah, yeah, bro.
I
Like,
know. He's just sitting there in front of her, like calling all these people all these slurs and stuff, and being.
I understand.
And she
but
already
a
doesn't
lot of
like
people,
Reyes.
people about to die, and I don't know if I want to die as well. We'll see what happens.
Thank fucking cantrips.
As soon as Vita said, "I'll kill you," I immediately supported her choice for violence.
Okay, cool. Let me
Yeah,
just
actually,
get this right.
fucking draw my.
Oh, remember we have those stances too.
No.
oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
No, I didn't realize Mantle of Majesty was broken. I'm sorry. I should be using this more.
Yep.
All right. This is fine. Yeah. Well, I mean, these kind of developments are fine for me. I don't mind them. I just got to make some.
I bet
small
you
adjustments.
don't. Watching us die.
I mean, yeah. Well, you guys. I played this whole session with 0 combat, so I was. Well, I mean, I said it was potentially 1, but you guys kind of avoided it, so that's good.
Oh, we weren't about to fight the adjudicator.
Yeah, I mean, you
bro,
never
man.
know. This party.
That's a short
No,
fight.
no. This party is crazy. I've seen them
Yo,
take on like CR9 guys when they shouldn't even think about it. So
dang. I'm gonna tell you right now, we would have accidentally probably ended up fighting that adjudicator because
Accidentally.
because the first thing I was gonna do was yell out rat ambush and then cast shatter right in the middle of those fucking rats. So if the adjudicator came out right at the same time that I cast shatter, we would have been clapped immediately.
Yep. We would have been Kenku meat right now.
all right. Let me just make sure I got this right. Yeah.
No
that's
survivors.
fine. Yeah, looks fine. Okay, cool. All right. I think I pretty much got it. I'm gonna just change the music. And then we should be good. Because now I also got to think of the NPCs and how they're going to be involved in all this. So, all right, let me just change the music real quick. All right, let's play that. And now that we have rolled for initiative, can you guys figure out the order amongst yourselves?
Yeah,
While I
so
set this up?
Galahad, you rolled a 22.
Right.
I rolled a 20.
Okay.
Who rolled between 15 and 19? Okay.
Okay. 10 to 15.
I rolled a 15.
So, all right. So then what did you roll, Andre?
Oh, I rolled a 20.
Oh, so we both rolled a 20. Okay.
The highest dexterity goes first.
Let's do Madre.
Nah.
Wait, Andre, what's your dexterity?
16.
Get the fuck out of here. Calm down,
it's-
bro. Yeah,
okay,
so it's
so
Andre.
it's
So it's Galahad, Andre, Azura,
Jorson,
Jorson.
15.
and then I believe it's going to be
Vita and me. 'cause-
Vita because you rolled a nat 1, bro.
Hey, I'm support.
Vita, what'd you roll? I'm just curious.
I have a 9.
Oh yeah, we got that shit on the money. Easy claps. Blah.
All right. Is the music going to come in? Let me just turn up this music. All right, good enough. I feel like I've heard this somewhere too. This has got to be from. Oh yeah, I think I've heard this in fucking XCOM or some shit.
Can you use a bonus action as an action instead?
What?
Like instead of you having like an action bonus action turn, you have like 2 bonus action turns, or 2 bonus actions in the same turn.
I don't think you can do that now.
I don't think so.
It changes the rules, then no. That's up to him.
Just curious.
All right, and that I think is everything. 10. Yeah, everyone's got a number. Cool. Everyone's got a number, so you guys can see the enemy's numbers. Basically, as Vita says that, Morgan kind of looks back at Vita and says, "You dare? Well, fine. To battle!" And as he says that, everyone pulls out their weapons. Jimmy is immediately ready for fighting, and he tells his people, "Get back! and you see the tiefling start to move backwards a little bit. But Jimmy stays forward. So we're going to go with initiative rolls right now. So you guys can tell me the order. Who's going first?
Galahad.
22.
Galahad. And then who after?
Andre at 20.
Andre.
And myself at 20.
Azura. Okay, cool.
Jordan at 15.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have Vita at 9. And Galahad at natural 1.
No, Torok.
I'm sorry, Torok at natural 1. So I just
All
knew
right.
it wasn't me.
Okay, here we go. So let's roll. First one's for the enemy. Second one is for the boss. All right. So 2 and
Perfect.
16. So boss goes before. Boss goes after Azura. Morgan. And then the enemies go after Vita. Cool. All right. So as battle breaks out, everyone's kind of confused. The guys by the portal don't hear anything, but Andre, you see this thing, and you see the guy right in front of you who tried to approach Azura. What do you do?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I would like to use my Ring of the Ram
Okay.
to knock the dude prone.
Okay, go ahead.
What do I roll for that? Is that just fucking athletics like the other one?
Let me see.
Ring of the Ram should be an attack roll.
Yeah, I think it's an
And
attack
you
roll.
choose how many. You choose how many charges you want to expend.
Yeah.
Shit. Oh, with a +7 bonus, I'm gonna keep that then and just expend a single charge.
Okay. So let me just see. Ring of the Ram, it says the ring has 3 charges. It regains 1d3 expended daily. The ring produces a spectral ram and makes its attack roll with a +7 bonus on a hit. For each charge you spend, the target takes 2d10 force damage and is pushed 5 feet away from you. So what do you want to do?
Attack the guy approaching Azura. Oh, I thought that knocked the motherfucker prone, but apparently not.
No, it's just
So
does
number
massive
1?
force damage,
So,
and it pushes
that
him
was
5 feet away.
16.
So,
Yeah, 16.
okay, 16. All right. 16 hits.
Alright, cool. And that's 2d10. Oof, measly.
Oh, wow. Mm.
So what's your total damage?
4.
4? Cool. Yes, as you grab your ring and you activate it, all of a sudden you feel like this kind of sense of force energy come forward to you. And as you push it forward, the force energy rushes at the man and hits him directly in the chest, pushing him back 5 feet and doing 4 hit points of force damage. Is there anything else you want to do?
Rage.
All right, cool. And all of a sudden you begin yelling. You could see your energy kind of rising as you enter a barbarian rage. And now we go to the next person, which is Azura.
Oh, I take a piece of mica out of my bag, hold it in my hand, and I hold my action. So if these guys decide to move towards Andre, then I'll cast Shatter exactly where he's standing, where it would be just out of range of Andre.
So which guy's standing? So this guy.
Sorry, yeah. So,
So
number
he
one,
he was right here, so he moved back 5 feet. So I'm gonna say
Yeah.
right over here. He's right by
so-
these guys.
So basically, that's too close. So I'd say like right here, like this centerpiece where the blue.
Tab.
Just say which number. Number 2. Cool. Number 2.
Yeah, the blue area right there. That's what I'm. So like, if
Okay.
number 1 moves towards Andre, I will cast Shatter, or Andre or Jordan.
Okay.
I'll cast Shatter.
All right. Cool.
Right at
Perfect.
that space.
On number 2. Cool. Perfect.
Yeah.
Anything else?
For my bonus action, I will actually cast Mantle of Majesty on myself. So I'm casting a Fey aura around myself to allow me to use Command as a bonus action, which I will use right now to tell Morgan to stand down.
What's the roll?
16 Charisma, I believe. Is it Charisma?
Let me
Yeah.
just see here. So use it as a bonus action.
Yes.
So let me just check one thing real quick. Oh, okay. He has an ability to re-roll a failed saving throw.
What a motherfucker.
And he succeeds on a 19. Yeah, he has a skill called Indomitable. I'm not familiar with it. Okay, so as you usher the words of the command, you see him almost start to falter, but then you feel his veins pop out, and he resists it on the second try. And he is not under your command.
I will back up as well and then end my turn. I still should be within range if that's point.
Okay, cool. And now we go to the next person's turn, and I think that's Morgan. Morgan, seeing that Vita directly disrespected him, rushes at Vita. All right, and let me just pull it up in front of me. There it is. And as he does so, he pulls out his great axe and he swings twice at you. All right, this guy's he's not a joke. Morgan's actually strong. 3, I assume misses, but 17 hits, correct?
Yeah. Easy.
Okay, perfect. And 2 swings with his great axe. 1 swing hits. All right, here we go.
What? His great axe has 4d6?
No, he has an extra skill on top of it that helps him. So as he swings it, Sumi, you're able to dodge under the first one, but as you kind of falter on your second step, he catches you across the leg, doing 13 hit points of damage as he catches you with his great axe. And he looks and he says, "You're going to pay for that." And with that, he ends... Yeah, he's going to end his turn.
Okay, I had a question about this stance. This +5 that I would add to hit, I'm adding that to my d20?
So it would be your d20 plus your modifier plus your +5. So what kind of stance do you want to get into?
Offensive.
You want to get an offensive stance? And what kind of weapon are you going to be attacking with?
My rapiers.
Okay, cool. Go for it.
There goes my camera.
Well, first I'm going to do my bonus action. And
I just want to let you know it uses your bonus action. So if you're dual wielding, you can only attack with your main hand twice. You would be you can't use your offhand to dual wield this turn because you use your bonus action to get in your stance. Cool.
Okay, so I only hit once. Okay.
At your next turn, you would be able to use your bonus action.
Exactly. Yeah.
And you would still be in the stance, so you would still get the stat boost. Hey.
That's a hit. Roll again for your second attack. Oh, cams are down. My apologies. I'll bring them back. That's my fault.
Okay.
Yeah, I brought him back.
Yeah, apologies about the fucking US utility shit.
Oh, it's all good.
I need to get a new fucking battery.
What's your modifier? What's your plus?
+8.
Okay, so they both hit. So roll for damage.
Okay, so I need 2d. Oh, wait, no, I'm forgetting about my Monster Slayer. Hang on.
Okay, and I get...
Where's my Monster Slayer at? I had it written down.
You just have to roll another d8. But it's only if the guy's wounded, and I don't think he's wounded.
Oh, okay, so then I just...
Yeah, that wouldn't count. That wouldn't count. So... plus... Yeah, that's 17 total damage.
Okay, and to him, she says, you've been spewing hate at these people all day. You spewed hate onto your son. And if you don't stop, I'll kill you right where you stand in front of all these people.
Okay.
Are you doing non-lethal or lethal damage, Summy?
Non-lethal. I want him to stop.
Okay. All right. Well, then as you cut him and you do these shallow cuts, he still takes quite a bit of damage as you pierce him twice with your rapier. And you can almost tell that Summy's abandoned any sense of defensiveness because she's just assumed a fully offensive stance with their arms both by her shoulder ready to attack again. And now we go to the next person's turn, which I believe is Jorson.
Yeah, check your DMs
Hold
real
on.
quick, by the way.
All right, I'll check it real quick. Yeah, you just do your thing, bro. Don't even stress it. Okay?
All right, word.
Wait. Hold on. I just want to make sure I got the order right. No, it's the enemies. Enemies are going to go next.
No, the enemies rolled the 2.
Yeah, Jorson rolled the 1.
No, I rolled the 15.
No.
Oh.
No, yeah. Torok rolled the 1.
Okay, all right. Then go ahead, Jorson.
So I am going to move up to Morgan.
Uh-huh.
And when I do, just out of like, he just wants to help some Vita, and out of frustration, not knowing he can't do magic, just will try and punch the guy.
All right, so roll your attacks.
All right.
And you can describe to me what's happening. I'll let you flavor this one.
All right, word. That. Sorry, I need to roll 3 of them. So when I run up to punch him, there's right before I'm about to get him, like 5 feet away. As I'm going through with the punch, there's this explosion that happens. And everyone within 5 feet just gets blown back by force damage. And these 2 spectral arms float next to me. They're glowing with this white light and golden sigils glowing all throughout them.
Okay. And as you do that, is it just enemies or allies as well?
It's everyone.
All right, so Jimmy gets blown away, as does Andre, as everyone's shocked at what they're seeing, as these 2 arms kind of appear out of your sides, but almost have like almost like a projection type look to it. And yeah, you can just roll for damage.
Great choice, by the way.
Thank you. It's 11.
11?
And it is,
what's
sorry,
your modifier? Your modifier.
It's just 2d6 force damage, and then the DC for it, it's a dex saving throw. It's DC 14 for everyone.
Oh, okay, to not be pushed back?
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody roll that, and I'm going to roll for Jimmy as well.
I assume I can see that coming.
Oh, yeah, not really.
No, not that roll.
I don't think you're impacted, right? It's just these people here.
That was Andre as well. He already pushed everyone's miniatures back.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
anyone
Jimmy didn't get pushed back. Just a quick question. Don't you do normal melee attacks on top of the force damage? It's not.
Yeah, that's what I rolled. That's what I rolled for the D20. So 2 of them hit and 1 of them does not.
Okay.
And that's a D6. Sorry.
What's your modifier though? You said it's 11. You rolled 11. You don't have any modifiers on top of it?
No, that was for the force damage. So there's no more modifiers that go into that.
Okay, maybe I'm confused about how the character works. It's all good.
So like it's just when they summon that explosion happen, and then I get to do the attacks.
Yeah, so you did arms of the astral self, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's 1d6 plus 4.
Oh.
And you have a 10-foot reach, so add 8 damage to that. So as these arms come out and you start punching the folks, you do 11 hit points of damage plus an extra 4, that's a total of 19. So as Morgan is focused on Vita, you come in from behind and just blow him back. And as that happens, he takes an extra 19 hit points of damage. And is there anything else you want to do for your turn?
No, I'm just going to kind of stand shocked at what just happened.
Okay, perfect. And now we move on to the enemies. So you can trigger your shatter right over here. You're going to hit 4 of them. So why don't you roll Azura, because he's about to charge forward.
Okay, so that's going to be a con save of 16.
Yeah, I'll roll 2 of them. The first one's for the boss, and the second one's for the regular enemies.
Okay.
So the boss makes it, but the other guys don't.
Okay, I did 11 damage, so the boss takes 5, and the other ones take 11. And that is thunder damage.
All right.
I'm also hoping that it was loud enough that the guys in the back heard that shit.
So this guy's over here, so 2.
You better hope so, because otherwise I had no clue what's going on.
2,
Yeah, bro, why do you think I did that, my fan? Like,
Exactly.
Y'all always think I'm casting shatter just for shits and giggles. Nah, bro, there's a purpose.
1, 2, 3.
I was fully expected to just have like a normal casual conversation with Torak while all that's happening.
All right, and as that happens, and as you clasp your hands, a loud boom just goes off. And as that happens, they're almost stumbled and moving back and forth, but they regain their composure. And now the enemies are going to go in for some attacks. So he's going to rush forward here. 2 of them are going to come up behind Vita, and they say, "It's been a long time, Vita." He's going to rush up to Jimmy. They're going to fire shots. And these guys are going to run up here. They get to about right there. We'll just say they got close to the tree. That's fine. All right, so let's just do these attacks. So I'm going to say the long range, 3 of them are long range. Yeah, 3 of them are long range. Actually, 4 of them are. Let me just... 8 should be long range. There we go. It'll make it easier for me. All right, so they're going to fire their crossbows at you. So 2 of them are firing their crossbows at you, Andre. And what's your AC?
18.
Yeah, they both hit. And so as they fire their crossbows, as you're in the middle of combat, you just fear 2 bolts just pierce your back for a total of 20 damage. Let me just make sure I got it right. Yes.
Damn.
You want to half that? Because I think you're raging, right?
Yep.
Cool, so yeah, make that half. Yeah, make that half. And as that happens, yes, as that happens, it's going to be the other 2 archers. They're going to fire at you, Jorson. They just saw what you did, so they're going to grab their longbows and they're going to fire.
All right.
So they're firing a bunch of arrows at you. One's a miss completely. What's your AC?
18.
Okay, two miss, but 2 hit.
Can I
Go ahead.
Can I deflect missiles on one of those?
How does that work?
I can use my reaction to deflect or catch the missile when I'm hit by an attack, ranged weapon attack.
Yeah. Okay. So the first one. So instead of you taking 2 attacks, you're gonna take 1. You're gonna take the 8. That's the final attack. So as an arrow comes flying at you, you grab it in the air. How does it work for deflecting it? I think you want to throw it back at somebody, right?
Yeah. So I have to roll a d10 and I get plus 10 from that.
All right,
and if it reduces the damage enough, then
roll your
I can
D10.
grab it. But if I don't, it just gets deflected.
All right, roll your d10.
So it'll be 13.
Yeah, that completely nullifies it. You want to throw it?
Yes, 100%.
All right, where do you want to throw it?
I'm gonna throw it back at the archer.
Okay, all right. I believe that's number 9 over here. Okay, so... Okay, perfect. So as the arrows come flying at you, you're able to nimbly dodge through 2nd of them. But as a 3rd one comes, it's almost like time slows down, and you can almost see the path that it tread through the air. And as it gets close to you, you seemingly move to the left side of it, you catch it mid-air, and you are caught off guard by how natural it almost feels. You throw it back at the archer, but since it's such a new phenomenon to you, it zings right past his ear. It's not that he dodged, it's just that you're so shocked by your own movements that you missed him. But just as that happens, the other archer gets a fire off on you and it hits you in the leg, doing 12 hit points of damage as he catches you right in the left leg.
After all that, it's like,
Yeah, one of them caught you. I think he did max, he did 8. So,
damn.
now that the archers have done their turn, now let's go for melee. So they're going to go for some short sword attacks on you, Vita. Let's see here. Okay, so that's 3 hits. As these guys come marauding at you, screaming. Oh, wow, you are getting some good rolls. So, as they come swinging at you, you're able to dodge the first one, but you're so angry at the moment that they catch you shallowly across the back. And as you maintain your stance, they do 11 hit points of damage as they do shallow cuts across your back. And now, we do the other 2 enemies, which are attacking you in melee. Yes. Sorry, no. Actually, no, one of them is on you. So the first 2 attacks are for you, Jorson, and the other 2 attacks are for you, Andre. That's a critical for Andre, and that's a hit on Andre. And one of them hits you, Jorson. Let's see here.
And that was a melee attack?
Yeah. All right, so that's 5 hit points of damage as he cuts you shallowly across. He just catches you across the robe. But for you, Andre, that's 5 plus 5 plus 4. That's 18. Okay, there you go. So he does a total, as he swings twice at you and he catches you both times. The second one actually gets deep inside of your left thigh. And as he does so, he pulls the sword back out, doing a total of 24 hit points of damage with both attacks.
And that's halved, right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, you're still raging.
Cool.
All right, and that will end the enemy's turn. We got top of the turn. Now you guys have noticed what's going on with combat, Galahad and Torok. So you guys are aware. Torok, I'm going to say that you can... I'm going to say your low initiative roll...
Nah, one more turn.
Yeah, you got one more turn. You're going to have to wait another turn.
Sure.
But you at least are aware now. You're just aware. Galahad, your initiative is so high, you can move. What do you want to do?
Okay, so I heard a loud explosion.
Yes.
And I see fighting in the distance.
You also see a couple of the guys running off in the direction where you saw everyone else.
Oh gosh, dang! All right, so I'll say, Torak, we gotta go, and I'll start moving towards. Let's see what I can do, movement-wise, bonus action. I will take my full movement up first. Sorry, I had to move the camera.
Yep, not an issue. Yeah, you take your full movement up, and what do you want to do now? You can see what's going on. You can tell that your people are fighting, and they're surrounded.
Can I tell what side they're fighting on?
You could just see that the humans seem to be fighting your people.
Oh, okay, so that makes sense. All right, then. In that case, I will cast my Echo as a bonus action 30 feet in front of me, so I'll drag him in.
Okay.
Or 40 feet in front of me, sorry.
Yep, not an issue. You can move him to where he needs to go. All right, and is there anything else you want to do?
And then I will take the rest of my movement as an action.
Okay, you want to dash?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
So I move 60 feet entirely.
And,
Actually, can I cast the Echo to the side instead?
yeah, you can cast him wherever you want, because you could just use your main action. Yeah, that's not an issue. All right. And now we go to the next person's turn, which I think is Andre. Andre, what do you want to do?
Shieldmaster shoved the dude in front of me.
All right. Contested
And
strength
then
checks.
afterwards, clobber him in the face.
Sorry, the first roll is the only one I'm going to use, which is a 12.
By the way, I have recently unlocked advantage on that. I'm sorry to tell you, bud.
Well, you get an advantage on what?
Advantage on pushing and breaking shit, I think.
Okay. All right. I'll look into it later, but sure, I trust you. So go ahead, roll advantage.
It's amazing.
All right. You're successful. He's now knocked prone.
Alright, then I'm gonna clobber him in the face.
All right. So roll 2
Also,
attacks and roll with
advantage.
advantage. So this is the first attack.
Alright.
So that hits. And the second attack. That also hits. So roll for damage.
Alright. Oh my god. What the fuck?
So it's I think it's a. You're using a great axe. Oh yeah.
This was
You're
the
using-
last one. Yeah.
All right. Cool.
So that's 10 plus 8 is 18 damage.
18. All right. As he stands in front of you and he just finished retracting the sword out of your thigh, you grab your shield, you bash him into the face, and he falls prone, and then you hack at him with your great axe. Basically, just yell, "You like that?" And as he lays there on the floor bleeding, that is the end of your attack. Is there anything else you want to do?
Not really, no.
Okay, cool.
Andre, keep in mind, I think you still have the inspiration I cast on you.
He has he
Alright.
also has the inspiration from the boss, so
Yeah, and I got another one. Does that fucking stack? With,
No,
like,
no, it
bardic
doesn't stack. It doesn't
inspiration?
stack. It
Alright.
doesn't stack.
So I have a single inspiration and a bardic inspiration, right?
Yeah.
All right, so now let's go. So you did 18
I'm
points of
next.
damage. So Azura, what do you want to do?
Okay, so if I cast it here, does it hit the ranger and at least Morgan? For 9 and then Morgan. If I cast a shatter here, it has a 10-foot radius.
You can cast it on a square, not in between squares. So what square do you
Okay,
want to cast
not
it?
in fuck. That's fair. I'm going to prioritize taking out a ranger and Morgan, so I'm going to cast it in this square, and I believe that should hit both of them.
All right, so Morgan and him. So con saves, and you can roll for damage.
That one guy is told.
It's a level 3 spell, by the way, this time.
All right, so Morgan succeeds, but the this guy over here fails, number 9.
Okay, and so that is... Oh my god! With 4d8, it's
So
still 13
minus
damage.
6, and then number 9 takes 13. As a loud bang once again goes off, he takes 13 hit points of damage as his ears start to ring. And
For my bonus action, I will look towards Morgan and I'll use my command and say, disarm.
you want to use your bonus action again to disarm? Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's see if this works. So I'm gonna
Charisma
roll
save 16.
20, nat 20.
No way,
Yeah,
bro.
as you try to get into his ears, you could just feel his his strong frame being super resistant to even magic, and you could tell he's a battle-hardened warrior, and that doesn't work.
Oh my god.
I mean, you
this
saw
is
the roll.
crazy.
So now we go on to the next person, which I believe is Morgan himself. Morgan being super upset by what he's seeing happening. Let me see here. He's just saw you cast 2 spells at him. So he's actually going to run past you, Vita, and Andre, and get. Let me see. Actually, no, he can move in between. But he would take a bunch of opportunities of attack. Let's see. Let me actually roll for it. Let's see what he wants to do.
Please roll for it.
He does want to do it. Okay. So he is going to run past Andre and Vito, so you guys get 2 opportunities of attack. And he's going to run up to you.
How much movement does he have?
40.
Oh, okay, that makes it.
Yeah. So roll 2 attacks of opportunity, Vita and...
Wait, one for each of us, right?
yeah, 1 for each. Sumi, you'll take the first one, but they both hit, so roll for damage.
Okay.
Ooh, let's go. 12, I think. Should be.
Okay. What about you, Vita?
Oh, plus 10, that's 23.
22. Okay. So 12 and 23. Okay, 12.
You already know my AC is 14, so go ahead and
Question:
just
Wouldn't I
roll
also
damage.
get an attack of opportunity?
No, he didn't run past you. He ran around. He ran around Andre.
Yeah. And Jimmy wasn't engaged in combat yet.
Yeah.
Oh, because he was the one that I attacked.
You attacked, but you pushed him back with your astral self.
Okay.
Okay, all right. So with that, he's now in range of you. He's going to go for 3 attacks. Oh, wow. Let me see here.
What a miracle.
It really is.
Unless he's plus 12, only one of those hits.
Let me just make sure I know. Don't worry, I won't choose it.
Yeah, AC of 14. Thank God for the ring.
Yeah. So only one of them hits.
Thank the Lord.
So-
Sweet Jesus.
All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4.
You might as well prep for my reaction, which is going to be Hellish Rebuke.
All right, so you could roll. It's 13 plus 5, so that's 18 points of damage as he swings at you twice. Both of them miss, but the third one catches you right across the rib cage, doing 18 hit points of damage.
Death save of 16.
Yeah, he makes it.
That's half of 12, so 6. This man is really resisting the fuck out of me right now.
Yeah.
Guess your appeals don't work on everybody, eh, buddy?
So 6. As he slashes you, your eyes turn fiery red, and you kind of feel the demon blood within you kind of stir. And as fire emanates from your hands, it catches him, but it doesn't seem to be that effective. And he uses his bonus action to second wind. And
Wait, he attacked 3 times without a bonus action?
yep.
Huh?
All right. And that is it for him. So now we go on to the next person, which I think is Jorson. Jorson, what do you want to do?
Can I turn around and attack this guy without a attack of opportunity, or is that guy like actively attacking?
He's actively attacking.
Yeah, that's
he's actively attacking.
yeah, that's the dude who just yeah. All right, I'm gonna deal with him. All right, all right, I'm gonna do 2 strikes, and then I'm going to use patient defense.
Okay, cool. All right, so roll to hit.
Yep.
Oh.
How much damage?
So the first, well,
Oh yeah, okay.
those
Roll
are-
to hit.
yeah,
The first
those
one
are
misses, the
attack.
second one hits. So roll for damage.
oh come on!
All right, 5 hit
5
points
damage.
of force damage as you hit him across the chest. You can almost see an indent. You don't even actually hit him. It's almost like your fist leaves out so much force that it just does an indent into his rib cage. But then as he kind of resets, he's back to normal, and he takes 5 hit points of damage. All right, cool.
And I spend the key to activate patient.
Yeah, and you get into a defensive stance as your hands kind of clump up naturally. You don't really understand what's going on, but you know you feel more safe in this stance. Now, we go on to the next person, which is you, Vita. Vita, you're surrounded now by 2 enemies with a third one coming. What do you want to do?
I want to move these 7 spaces to follow behind him.
Okay, you
And
would
I
take
want-
2 opportunities of attack on the way there. You're fine with that? Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. All right. Let me roll
And my
those.
EC is 14 right now due to my stance.
All right, they both hit. And as that happens, they do a total of 12 damage as you start running with 0 concern for your own safety. You get 2 cuts across the back. And even though you stagger a little bit, you start running with a singular focus. And you end up behind Morgan.
I want to attempt to jump on his back and put my rapier against his throat.
So do you want to, like, what? You want to, like, make him surrender kind of thing? I don't understand.
I want to jump on like his back, jump
Okay.
up on his back, put my rapier to his throat and tell him to stop.
Okay, well, that would be a form of grappling. So we would have to do contested strength checks to see if you're able to do it. So roll your strength.
Let's see this. Oh God! Oh God!
Nice.
Oh my lord!
You won.
For sure. There's no way.
Don't
Okay.
chase it.
So he has one more saving throw. Failed saving throw. He gets abdominal twice a day. Somebody
Oh yeah, that's right.
He gets a 1! Oh my god!
Oh,
All
He
right.
gets the pick.
Hey, grab him
All
quick.
right. All right. He's so focused on the sword that as you come up behind him, you're able to get underneath your left hand underneath his neck, and your sword goes up to his face, and you have now have him grappled. So that's all that's happened at the moment. Okay, and that's your main action. Is there anything else you want to do?
Okay, I just I don't want to cut him, but just so that he knows the sword is there and to his ear where no one else can hear, I tell him, I told you that your son was alive earlier, and you haven't even come to see me about it. All you've been focused on is hurting everyone around you. You can stop this right now and save your men and save my people, and we can talk about this.
Okay. All right. Roll me a persuasion check. This is gonna be a tough one. Let's see if he has got more luck than her.
That's 20.
Oh my god. All right, cool.
Huh.
All right, so that ends your turn. Who's next? I think it's the enemies.
Yes.
All right, so the enemies now begin to all move into space. One of them sees you, Galahad, and then sees you coming up behind him as he's running forward, and he rushes at you. these two move forward over here to get in better range. They see their leader being grappled. They're gonna fire their crossbows at. Actually, no, they're not. That's too risky. They're gonna fire at you, Andre. They're gonna fire 2 crossbow shots. Both of them miss. As these arrows come whizzing at you, these bolts come whizzing at you, you're able to deflect 2 of them with your shield. And now the 2 guys with the long bows, they're going to fire at you as well. Yeah. They're going to fire 4 shots at you, Andre.
Damn.
2 of them hit. As these arrows come flying towards you, you start dodging and break on, but 2 of them catch you right above the shoulder blade, and they do a total of 16 damage as the arrows catch you.
It's another 8.
Yeah. And,
That's still fine.
let's see here. Actually, I didn't do Jimmy's turn. Let me do Jimmy's turn real quick. Jimmy sees this guy in front of him and basically grabs his... so he has something around his knuckles. And he rolls in for 4 attacks. 3 of them hit. And as he does so... He basically punches the guy right across the rib cage 2 more times, and you see the guy stumble. A bunch of blood just comes pouring out of him. And he takes quite a lot of damage, actually. This man's modifiers are no joke.
That's my master. You know what I'm saying?
All right, and that was it for his turn. These 2 guys roll up on Jimmy and go in for attacks. Let's see what they do. 1 hits. And as he goes in for a shallow swing on Jimmy, Jimmy almost turns around in time, but isn't able to catch a second one. And he gets caught right in the ribcage as a dagger goes right inside of him. And that does some damage. And now the 2 guys in front of you, I believe it's Galahad and... No, sorry. It's Jorson and Andre. They go in for 2 attacks in melee.
They have disadvantage to attacking.
Who does?
The one who is attacking me.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, the first 2 were for you, so he misses. Actually, yeah, you know what? We'll just do it that way. Hold up.
So these are for Andre?
Hold up 1 second.
Bruh, what are the odds?
So the first 2 I was going to do first attack. Second.
Is this the day I die?
Got to.
No, we got you. You'll be okay.
1 second. Misses the 2 attacks on him. Okay, so he misses both those attacks. Okay, no, you only get hit once, Andre. It's just 1 critical, though. And you, Jorson, you get missed on twice.
Awesome.
So Andre, he actually hits you with 1 critical, and then goes like this. 4 times 8, 2... So that's 16. Yes, so as he gets up and he uses his full movement to get up, he sees you right in front of him trying to block all those arrows, and he uses that little gap in time to swing at you once. You're able to move back for the first strike, but the second one catches you right underneath your bicep and plunges deep inside. And that does 16 hit points of damage.
Cool.
You having all this, right, Andre?
16 not half. Yeah, right.
Correct. And the last one was also not halved.
Yeah, all the stuff I was attacking you with. So, Jorson, another guy comes up behind you and rolls for 2 attacks. I'll say at disadvantage. So that first one miss. And the second one... what's your AC?
18.
Okay, that one hit. One of them hits. Though the patient defense helped you out a lot.
Yeah.
Just a regular attack instead of a critical. All right, and as he comes swinging at you, you've gotten so used to dodging movements that you're almost moving hands aside effortlessly. But there's a little bit lapse in concentration, and as that happened, he's able to catch you across your waist section, doing 11 hit points of damage. Wait, sorry, nine.
9 hit.
Yeah, and that. Oh yeah, 2 attacks on Galahad as he rushes forward towards you, without even thinking, and rolls 2 2s. As you're so well rested, you effortlessly parry them away.
Parry.
All right.
Call them bitches
Another
A-cups.
All right, and that's it for us. Now it's back to Torok. Torok, it's your turn.
I'm gonna take movement and dash action and just close the gap as much as possible
Okay.
because there's nothing else I can do.
Okay. All right. So he just rushes.
I just run because I'm 200 feet away.
Just imagine Torok carrying a bunch of stuff, just running to the battlefield. And now we go top of the turn to Galahad. Galahad, it's your turn.
All right. So this guy's in my way, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm gonna move my echo to his flank, and then I'm going to attack twice from me, unleash Arcana from my echo as well.
All right, roll
And
to
then
hit.
I'm gonna
3
do it as a
times.
bonus action. I haven't figured out yet.
Yep.
So the last one's gonna be the echo.
Oh, wait, how
That's
much
2
damage
hit. That's 1 hit. Sorry. So roll for damage once.
So it's 4 plus 7 is 11. 11. Yeah. Okay.
It's the middle attack. So the middle attack is the one that would still be your regular person attacking. So go ahead, roll for damage.
Mm-hmm.
All right, there you go.
So 6. Ooh. Okay. So that's 14
All
points
right.
of damage.
As you start,
And then
as you start swinging, you recognize that even though this guy's not that accurate, he's able to dodge pretty nimbly. But you're able to catch him with one of the swings, piercing his chest, doing 14 hit points of damage.
And then as a bonus action, I'm going to. What should I do? I'll cast Expeditious Retreat at first level.
Okay, cool. All right. And
Okay. And
now-
then I will then move. I'll keep the echo where it is. Should I move the echo or should I keep it? Let me say 10, 15, 20, 30. I'll move the echo 30 feet up.
Okay. All right. And then you can just move your character to where you want to go. And I think next up is Andre, right? Andre, what do you want to do in your turn? Andre?
First off, a shouting, "I'm hurting here, guys," and then probably just Shieldmaster shoving this dude.
All right, contested strength checks.
Let me use the stance shit that you fucking put in. What is it? Fucking offensive stance, and just hit him with a regular attack.
Okay, bonus attack, offensive stance. Roll to hit. You're probably definitely going to hit him with all your modifiers. You don't have to roll like a 1. Yeah, that definitely hits. And roll for your second attack.
Easy.
All right. Yeah, he's dead. Yeah. How do you want to kill him?
I'm gonna dismember the hand he's swinging at me with, because I don't give a fuck if it was his turn. He's swinging at me with something that's just canon. I'm gonna cut his hand off, and then I'm gonna bring the swing back around and cleave his head in half.
All right. Yeah, in a very swift motion, you cut downward and his hand comes off and he starts screaming in agony. But before the screams can really settle in, you just lop off his head cleanly with your great axe. And as blood kind of starts spattering all over the bushes around you, you bring it back to an offensive stance. And he lays there just bleeding out on the floor.
To end off my turn, I will hold my great axe with both hands in prayer.
All right.
Oh my God.
Okay. And then we go to Morgan's turn. Morgan is currently grappled with...
No, you go to my turn, son.
All right, Azura, go ahead, Azura.
All right, so I will look at Morgan and whisper to him, "Get the fuck away from me, you smelly beast!" And then cast Dissonant Whispers, which is a Wisdom save of 16.
Okay. All right. Well, this is awkward. Since he can't move, he can't run away.
What?
Because he's grappled. He has 0 movement. And he
Oh my
succeeds.
God.
So it doesn't even matter.
So he takes 7 damage of psychic damage.
Yeah, as other words, he's so focused on what Vita's doing that he can't even think.
Oh wait, hold on. I rolled the wrong thing. It's 3, not 4. Let me fix this. Okay, so he takes 4 damage instead.
All right. And as the words hit him, it doesn't seem to be that effective. Is there anything else you want to do with your bonus action?
Yes, using my bonus action, I'd like to cloak myself in a wonderful veil, including the Fey aura, and then cast on myself and my party members, well, that being Vita, Andre, Jorzin, and Jimmy, and myself. I cast a Mantle of Inspiration, giving everybody 8 temp HP and allows them to use their reaction to move with disengage. And I'm going to use that as well and get the fuck up out of there.
Okay, cool. Perfect.
So I will use that opportunity to engage.
Okay, all right. Anybody
Yeah,
who
I'm
wants to
here.
move, you guys can move right now.
Yeah.
And then we go to Morgan's turn. Morgan being grappled and having a knife at his neck. You just see him yell out, "Everyone stand down!" And that is how we're going to end combat.
Oh, nice. So lucky was about to
Vita!
No, okay.
Go, Vita! My hero!
Let me just change the music real quick.
This guy in front of me was about to die immediately. The next
One of them did end up dying, so yeah.
I know. It's like, oh no.
But I'm not even
I'm
mad at
gonna use a healing potion real quick.
that.
Bro, I was about to hit them with another level 3 shatter. There was about to be more bodies. I ain't playing.
24 plus 2.
All right, let me just do this real quick.
Heal for down for 10 damage.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna use healing hands on myself, by the way.
Not an issue, everyone, if you guys want to do any form of healing. And as that happens, Morgan looks, he kind of has you on his back, Vita. And as that happens, he says, all right, now get off of me. I've heard what you've had to say.
She gives him a peck on his kiss and says, "Okay, old man."
A peck on his what?
A
Kiss on his cheek.
On
a
his
peck
cheek.
on his cheek.
I heard a peck on his kiss. I said, huh? What just happened? All right, and as you hop off, he looks back at you and he says, seems you've grown more bold than when I knew you.
And it seems your mouth is just as floppy as it used to be.
Well. Everyone stand down and tend to the wounded. I will have a conversation with her. And as that happens, Jimmy kind of moves off in this direction, and all the soldiers grab whatever bodies, including the dead one, and starts to pull him away.
I walks with Jimmy.
Okay. All right. As you walk with Jimmy, you guys can see all the tieflings all hiding in the bushes and shit.
I was going to say, before I leave, I was going to tell Jordan, help her fill in the details as I point over to Vita, and then I walk over.
All right.
Why do I have floating arms?
Is this guy still staring me down or something? Or something?
All right. No, he's gone. He's gone. He's
I was
heard
gonna
of
say, I will hit him again if he keeps doing that.
I can't manage all the models. All right. So, Vita, as Morgan comes up to you, he says, "Now, what is it that you want to talk about?"
I wanted to tell you that Reyes is gone again. I found him and he left without saying goodbye. But he's alive.
Well, wherever he's gone. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why he hasn't come to see me yet, but that'll be something I'll have to deal with at a later date.
You really don't know.
No, I don't. Now, let's go deal with these individuals.
Thank you.
All right, and as he does so, you see Morgan approaching. He still seems very standoffish, but he approaches you guys in a non-hostile manner. And you, Azura, are now with the tieflings who are hiding in the bushes and are starting to come out. Jimmy's calming them down, telling them that things are settled. And you see Morgan approaching.
I walk and I come to Morgan and I say, we had no intention of starting this violence, you know.
But things have escalated nonetheless.
Look, I'm not here to keep secrets. There's nothing to gain from that. I'll tell you everything that happened in the past, but I need you to trust that what we are saying are not lies, no matter how far-fetched they may be.
I'll be honest with you. Even though I've stood down, I don't like these people. This is what I will say. If what you say is true and your employer is dead, then our contract here is done. If that's the case, then these people can have access to whatever they want. Our people will bring you no problems. And we'll turn
I give you my word that we did not kill your employer. That would not have benefited us at all. And I also tell you, because as a token of faith, that these people will not be using that stone anytime soon. Further proof that we had nothing to do with the death of that man. Also, I would never want him to die. His research was very curious for my own sake.
Vita, you vouch for this man. For this woman.
Everything she says is true. You can trust her. As far as you can throw her. But what she says is true.
I agree with both of those statements.
Well, in that case, then me and my men will tend to the wounded and pack up and leave. You guys are free to do at this site whatever you want.
Can we help you?
No. No, at this point, we just need to get back to town and tend to those who are most hurt. That's all.
Okay.
And Vita, if you do see him again, tell them I wish to see him.
I'll tell him.
And he walks off towards the camp.
As he passes, Mr. Morgan, may I at least have the research that your employer has conducted so far? If it is of no use to you?
You can ruffle through his bags.
Thank you.
I don't know what he had, but we were already paid for a contract, so I'm fine.
Appreciate it.
Andre.
All right. So now the tiefling, Jimmy, comes forward. He says, Azura, thank you. You've saved the lives of many of our people. And for that, we're going to be eternally grateful. What can you tell me of the portal site?
It's no good. When it activated, and it did activate, I assure you, there was these rat people that we had met earlier in our venture from under the town, from the original town where we were prisoners. They came through the portal. And then the portal changed color. It almost reacted differently. And during that time, another being came out, a being of immeasurable power. He destroyed those rats like they were nothing. Basically waved his hands and they disintegrated into the air. Shortly after that, he killed the bird creature that was researching the stone, and then told us that no one should use this until the corruption around here has been taken care of. Jimmy, I know it sounds crazy, but I don't want to see you die a fool's death fighting a beast or a creature that far surpasses your skill sets. And I know how strong you are. We've learned some information on how to clear the corruption. So if you're willing to wait, we can research that information together with my team. I told you before, they're bleeding hearts, but they're useful and reliable people.
Understood. In that case, me and the folks here will set up camp not far from the portal. Try to set up some defensive barriers so that we can be close by should things open up. And Azura, thank you.
Wait. There's one more thing I should mention. I don't know if this would have any impact to you, but while we were camping outside of the Godsend Woods, we came across a creature, an archer of some sorts. When he saw me, he made comments as if he'd been looking for me or maybe my species this entire time. He branded me with a mark but the deity was, or the otherworldly being was able to remove it for me.
Azura, you are aware that you are wanted, correct?
Oh yes.
Do you know that there's a bounty on each of one of your heads?
I think I've heard the rumors, but
Okay,
didn't think-
can you stop doing that? Is it?
Oh,
Yeah. Sorry, it was just driving me nuts.
what's happening?
It's okay. It's fine.
Nothing.
It's okay. Azura, so yes, go ahead.
How much is the bounty, out of curiosity? Maybe I might want to turn in a friend or two. Joking, of course.
Sorry, repeat that.
I was asking how much the bounty was on all our heads.
Oh, substantial amount. It seems that the king has put quite a heavy amount on your heads. And so people from all over have come to get you.
Ah, interesting.
Yes, and if I remember correctly, the one with the highest bounty is you, Azura.
Naturally, I am an overachiever of sorts.
Well, with that, I pray that you keep yourself safe. While bounty hunters may be searching for you, these woods are generally treacherous to all who enter.
I know that's right. I've dealt with this woods far too many times as it is.
Well, with that, I'll leave you. If you need me, you know where to find me. I'll be near the portal itself. And they kind of start walking off in that direction. All right.
Cool. I start walking back towards Vita and then the others.
All right.
I'm kind of like lost in thought, like picking up random things and like throwing punches and stuff. And
Northern, I know
What's
you're still trying
going
to.
with you? Why are your arms glowing?
no, they're like actually like out from my body, like they float.
Yeah, I know. I was like, what is it with these arms, glowing arms? Is this like a new spell you learned?
We can't.
I thought you lost your magic.
I do not know.
Well, you seem like a joyful kid with all this punching and stuff. Are you doing okay?
It's like my body just
There's
learned how to do
nothing
new things.
wrong. That's weird.
The combat was different. Everything was slower. I was able to do things that I've never done before.
I'll say, as I
that's
still look at
good.
those hands glowing.
Yes, like make the hand like that mirrors what I do.
May I have a quick inspection
That's
of
interesting.
these?
Of
There
course.
seems to be some sort of astral projection. Can you please grab my shoulder?
I'll do it.
Okay, I assume I feel it.
Yes.
Okay, can
Yeah,
I?
of course.
I'm gonna reach to grab his palm. Can I feel his palm, or do I touch my shoulder?
Because he doesn't
I
know
mean,
how
they
to
are
control.
solid.
Yeah, they're only solid when he kind of focuses on it. So as you try to pass through it, you could easily pass through it.
Interesting. That's. I might have to have a chat with you after all of this dies down, because this is a bit interesting. And I'll just look at the astral shoulders to see if they just pop out of his body or are they attached to something.
I'll let him describe it for you.
Like it's like energy is coming out from me, seeping out from me, and then makes them, but there's no like other attachment to my body.
A Galen, have ever seen this before with all his astral stuff?
No, yours is more so like you shift
Like
to
with-
another plane. It's a bit different.
No, I meant specifically since where he grew up was around a lot of Kalashtar who deal with astral stuff all the time. Would you have seen anyone do this stuff before?
History roll?
Yeah, make a history roll.
Yeah, I'm gonna say make a history roll. Yeah, I'm gonna say make a history roll.
Okay. Oh, that's low.
Oh man.
I'll
That
say
was pretty low roll, let me say.
I'll say that you're familiar with the energy, but that you're not familiar with general people of other existence using this kind of stuff, nor using it in the way that he's doing it.
Well, this is weird.
That's what I'll say.
I kind of understand the base level of what you're doing, but not actually what you're doing. That's actually quite amusing.
I have
Well,
no idea.
hopefully we figure it out soon. You can punch things, so that's cool.
Yeah, so I'm glad that you're still useful.
I'm
Thank
gonna.
Zora, you can't be a little nicer than that.
Let's just be real. If he was dead, this journey would be way difficult.
He can still shoot a bow or a crossbow, and it's not. No one's completely useless.
Spoken a child, what's your point?
My point is, when you get enough children around you with crossbows, you might be saying something different. No one's useless. Every shot counts.
Two shatters would tell me otherwise.
Okay. Oh, sure. Cool. You be yourself over there, aggressive and angry about anything. Cool, Joyce. I'm glad you can punch things. Are we done here? Are we doing anything else?
While all this happening, I'm gonna walk behind Jorson, pick up a rock and throw it at his head.
Okay.
Do the arms catch it? Do they react in some way if he doesn't sees it? Just curiosity.
Bro, y'all trying to discover this shit so interesting.
Researching.
They don't, but I might dodge it myself.
Okay. If both of those give me an answer.
Should I?
Yeah, roll me a dexterity.
Right.
A dexterity saving throw. Or wisdom, whichever one you prefer.
All right.
Yeah, you fail. So the rock just gets lobbed at your head and just hits you right behind. And you turn around and you notice it's the Birdman doing it, Torok.
Roll that 1d4 for damage.
What are you doing?
I was just curious if they're sentient or if you control them.
Research, right?
Of course, always. And I quickly pull out like a piece of parchment and I write stuff down so it seems like research. And take 2 points of bludgeoning from the
I'm going to go. I'll say this in character. I need to talk to someone about. I'll be back.
Okay. Are we gonna stay here? Shouldn't we coordinate where we're gonna meet up? How long are you gonna be gone?
We should investigate how to remove the corruption first. There's a lot of things that we should process. Oh, that reminds me, and I update the group about how the tieflings plan on creating camp here and then analyzing the stone. And I also indicate and tell them about how we spoke with Jimmy and how I said that we would let him know about the corruption.
Okay, as long as you told them not to touch it or mess with it too much, I'm sure they'll be fine.
I made that very clear that he would probably die.
Did you let them know that other rats might come through?
That I don't think we have to worry about.
I mean, they did come through the first time, and the second time when they came...
Yes,
oh, no.
but when they came through, that being destroyed them. And before he left, he made it very clear that no one would be allowed to use this portal unless the corruption was clear.
True. I'm just saying. What's it called? The last people we know that thought the rats were not a threat pretty much got their home wiped out. So
yes, but their leadership was foolish. But I see your point. I'll let Jimmy know about the rats as well. I did indicate that
for them
came out, but Jimmy's smarter than I. If he knows that the rats came out once, then he knows if they clean the corruption, that there's a chance that they will come out again.
Also, he said that whether we use or not use the portal is up to us. Out of character, he specifically said that, like, if we want to get this portal running, it's up to us to clear this corruption and get it.
I know, but if we clear the corruption and then it makes the portal usable, then it doesn't mean that no one else can use it. He just said to be able to use the portal, the corruption would have to be cleared.
Yeah, it's just our responsibility to get it up and running.
Yeah, I know that I'm
get the
normally
machine
the one.
That something can come through.
I know I'm normally the one who prefers a more leisurely approach, but We do have another quest to finish, don't we?
Oh yes, we do, don't we? We need to go to the mountain.
Oh, also.
Is that right?
Yes.
Then
This
the
isn't
quest.
for you, Galahad, but this is more so for Jorzen and Andre. It seems that we have some pretty nice bounties on our head, which explains our visitor from the night before, or potentially. Mine, of course, being the highest because, well, I'm better than the rest of you. But, something you should be aware of as we climb these streets, that we may have bounty hunters on our tail as well.
I walked away, so I didn't hear any of it.
Oh, well. Azura doesn't repeat herself.
But wouldn't the group still doesn't know that I'm a bounty hunter, but wouldn't I have info on their bounties?
Wouldn't you what?
Wouldn't I have information on their bounties?
Let me see here. No,
So you would have
no,
known
because
about it before.
you've been in the woods in between jobs for a long time. So this is the one that you actually haven't stumbled upon.
Okay.
Well, that's cool for you guys. We'll just have to watch out for people hunting you down then.
Oh, yes.
The first time in this
No
entire
different than my
trip, I'm
normal day-to-day.
excited about something.
Rude.
Okay.
Not about that, sir. I meant more about the corruption thing.
Yes. We should...
There's a
We should...
purpose and goal that we should achieve that I completely agree with. So this is definitely exciting.
About this corruption, Galahad. Yeah, fuck it. By the way, with that fucking slow ass talking, that shit gets me mad fucked up. By the
For
way,
what?
Galahad. Pertaining to this corruption, the adjudicator we met earlier said that it happened after the elves stopped worshiping the gods, basically. So maybe a place of worship is important in clearing it.
I mean, he did...
Let's
give
read
us
this
a
parchment that he
scroll.
left.
Yes.
And I'll pull out the scroll and start reading it aloud.
Can we use this
I have no clue what
opportunity
it
to,
says.
like, short rest and, like gain information at the same time, Abba?
Well, I mean, you have to pick. If you guys want to talk right now, because you guys are still talking, you can do that. If you want to set up a camp, then set up a camp. But you guys got to make your choice.
I would say set up a camp.
We can talk and...
I'm gonna be a minute.
Well, yeah,
too.
but you guys haven't
you-
decided to set up a camp, so it really comes down. You can't just short rest because you're standing around talking.
Oh, I thought we were going to use the Tieflings camp and just use theirs. Because we were going to talk to
If
Jimmy
you
about it
want
as well.
to, you guys just haven't said it. So it's whatever you guys say.
If instead of camping over there, maybe we should keep the information of where we're going reduced to only our party, just so no one overhears that isn't supposed to. I trust
It's also
tieflings.
it's also important to note a lot of the quests that you guys took are time sensitive. So the more time you take the rest, that's not an issue for me, but it will get more difficult.
So let's just read it out here when we're alone, and then we can decide to take a rest or not. It shouldn't take that long, I don't imagine. I'll be able to tell how long it'll take to read the information, right? Since I'll have the scroll.
I mean, if you want to read through the scroll, we can do that. You want to do that right now?
I think we should just do that.
Okay. All right. Cool. Let's just give me a second. You know what? Let's take a 10-minute break. So a lot of people have been going to pee and doing stuff like that. So let's give everyone like a 5-10 minute break, and then
Okay.
we'll come back and then I'll lay down all the information for you guys. All right. You know what? Let me do it before. Okay. So essentially, what the scroll it tells you is that there's a corruption that happens at the base of one of the places of worship within the mountains, and this extends its corruption toward the forest of the Godwood, because the temple is an extension. It's basically the highest place of worship that the elves had built alongside with some of the other races for the gods. And so there's a tremendous amount of corruption that's happening at the center, at the root of it. Its core is over there. But by extension, there's been a few other places that have now become focal center points. One of them being one of the local mines, as well as one of the local groves that exist within the Godwood. So those are two other locations that also need to be dealt with for this corruption to be completely lifted from the Godwood, according to the piece of parchment.
Right, then we're taking a break now, right?
Yeah, you guys take a break. You want to discuss it? You guys can discuss it. If you want to go piss, and I'll figure we'll just take a little breather.
Yeah.
I gotta do a dab. Hand me that tool. Hand me that kit real quick.
By the way, we're probably going to end around 5:30ish at the latest. I don't want to go too late, so yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. The Dragon Ball.
How's everyone doing? Everyone's good. No one's too exhausted.
Yeah, so far, this is like my favorite campaign that we've done. It's my favorite session so far.
Really? That's cool.
Yeah, for sure. 100%.
This is dope.
Yeah, everyone always have to have a different session that they enjoy a lot. I'm glad you guys like this.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, man. I like everybody's like role playing really well. Like the combat's going more fluid.
Yes, I agree. You guys are definitely way more comfortable now than you guys were initially. So things are way more fluid for sure. I'll agree with that.
I feel like I was saying this like yesterday, and I was like, I feel like when people start playing D&D, they're like so caught up in absorbing the information that's being told that they forget that they're also a participant. And so like there's like this learning curve of like a balance of like watching but at the same time planning, and then watching and planning. Yeah. And so I feel like we're at the point now where like everybody's having enough experience and like enough sessions and playthroughs where they're like, okay, I can experience what's happening and at the same time plan my next move accordingly. So like this has been like the most fluid session that we've had as far as like decision making, even like the little twists that we've had, and like people had to make like some quick decisions. Like, I love it. Plus the puzzle, I love like adding like non-combative aspects that you still need to clear. Like, so like,
I agree with that.
5 stars all right.
I agree with that.
10 out of 10 so far for me.
I agree with that. I like it. I like it when specific people shine also within the session. Like when I was doing Ethan's session yesterday, it was a good chance for for Anubis to shine as well as for
Tawny as well.
Tawny, yeah. So it's just
archery.
Exactly. So it's really cool when different people have their moments, and today Vita really surprised me
as well.
Oh yeah,
because I'm not gonna lie to you, when combat started, I'm like, oh shit, because you guys were fighting a whole mercenary camp. So her doing that, first off, I didn't think it was gonna work because he rolled a 1 or 2, and I'm like, nah, bitch, I'm re-rolling that shit. Fuck out of here. Then he rolled a 1. I was like, oh hell no. And then she rolled a 20. She rolled a 20 on her persuasion.
Never win a grapple. Never win a grapple, Zaba. That's just the dice not agreeing with you.
Yeah, for real.
You got a boss? I think not.
That shit been fucking me up. Yeah. But no, today was a great, and I think it's also a matter of just participation. Everyone's chiming in. Everyone wants to do stuff. And sure, there's small consequences. There's benefits. You know what I mean? The small downsides, there's benefits, but I think it shows the investment, and I think the story feels much more full. Even like 2 of you guys being by the portal when the other 4 started to fight had an effect on the combat and how it played out. So all of those little things matter, and it's kind of cool to see it unfold.
I feel like I keep choosing places where Galahad's out of the loop at the beginning. It was like, all right, listen, this time I'm going to stay at the portal. Yeah. Action's happening over there now.
Yeah, well, the thing is, it's not like the action just happened. It's they started it. Like, Vita's like, I'll kill you. And I was like, oh, shit. Which I think is...
it's like, we need to take a short rest for spells and stuff. I was like, I used 1. Yeah. I didn't take any damage.
Yeah.
I barely got there. That's hilarious. But I like how I think I figured out all the connecting points now from the parchment. It makes sense.
Yeah.
And it lines up perfectly with what we have to do. So this is like all lined up.
A lot of the activity in the area is linked. All the increased activity and all the changes. Yeah. Yeah. But you guys also have a bit of information. I think I remember telling you guys last session that when you guys read the books, it's about the Golgari shaman. Yeah. So
I don't have no idea. I wasn't there, so I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
The same.
So basically, they read up on books because they want to take on one of the quests to find the shaman, or to find whoever's taken those kids. That was one of the quests that they took on. And as they were reading up on books to find out like who does such a thing and why are trolls involved, they realized it's part of the Golgari shaman's way of doing things.
Oh
yeah,
that's really useful information right there.
Yeah, so we also learned that the Golgari shamans aren't like a particular race. It's more like a sect, a religion, if you will.
Yeah.
Or
it's like being a Mandalorian.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, it's a way of thinking. So like, there's no particular race that would like. There's no way of spotting them just from like physical appearance.
Yep, that's correct.
You guys are telling me this in character, right? Like, to Galahad.
Well, you would know this.
Yeah, you would have known because like when we did the session, you weren't there specifically, but you kind of were there. I don't like having other people play your character, so I just think you assimilated all the information.
Yeah.
I'm just remembering everything as I read.
Exactly.
That's what we're gonna do it.
So, do we know like what their way of thinking or like reason is? Yeah.
Yeah, they're all doing it.
We do, but I don't recall.
They're all doing it like service to a dark god.
God or goddess?
That sounds familiar.
We didn't get specific, like a dark deity. Essentially, we don't know. There's not enough information that exists to tell us that information.
Oh man, I don't know if Andre would know this.
Andre would know. Andre showed up in the church a little late, but he would know.
So would Andre recognize that? That's probably what he wants to know. You can flame. I mean,
there's so many gods. There's so many gods. Like just something being evil or darker, you wouldn't necessarily link it immediately to one person, you know?
Yeah. But Andre wouldn't know about Jorzin being attacked because of his relationship with the goddess. He actually walked in late to the church segment. That was a funny one too. Jorzin's just like, by the way, I'm attached to the god that you hate. That was such a funny moment. I saw that shit and I was like, bruh.
That is the second time that you guys have given me a combat that literally came out of nowhere, like for me, like a left field. But it was.
I had to ask.
The first time.
Wait. Did I catch that? Did fucking Jorson fight someone because he got attached to the dark goddess?
Yes. Yep. By the way,
he would have died. I need to go watch that session, bro. What?
You would have 100% died, Andre.
Yeah, I had to pull a battle map out my ass. It turned out really cool, but yeah.
Yeah, that
homie was clapping us.
That monk would not have let you live.
The entire time I'm like, the only way this would have happened is if Andre wasn't here, like because Andre would have died. It's like that's the only explanation for this moment right now. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Oh, you can go.
All right, let's get this back up and running.
I do want to say I'm going to go pray and try and commune with my deva.
Okay. All right. Well, I think you know how that's going to turn out, or we'll find out. Okay, so now we are back. You guys have just assimilated all that new information in regards to what the parchment said. What do you guys want to do?
Well, we should head towards the mountain, right?
I agree.
Vita actually would like to go back to that Conkus.
The Kenku?
The what?
The Kenku's body?
And she's gonna loot it while everyone's sitting here talking.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna join for the research paper, for the research he did.
Yeah. Okay, so both of you guys have run off over there. And so what do you guys want to do going forward? Actually, you know what? Let me handle that first.
I think we're gonna go.
Let me handle that first, actually. So Vita, as you go through some of this stuff,
over here to get horses.
You find a few gold pieces. So I'm gonna just say add 4, okay? And you find 4 gold pieces, and you find 3 silvers, okay? And from there, as you go through his stuff, you just notice like a lot of robes, some bird feed, okay? Nothing too exceptional. You, however, Torok, as you're going through his research papers, you're noticing very advanced literature on runes as well as minerals, basically, researching everything from luminous to auriculum, stones that you are familiar with. You do also find some documents that do resemble some of the stuff that you saw on Golgari Shaman. So you see some literature on that.
Mm-hmm. Cool. I am gonna pocket that straight in the bag holding.
All right.
Is there anything to loot on the camp that might belong to him other than that stuff? Or not to the humans? I don't want to take their stuff.
No, but pretty much what Vita and him found is like what belonged to the Kenku. Everything else is like.
Okay. Then I'm gonna go try to take a horse.
I'm going to lay that Kenku's body to rest.
Just letting you know, the horse belonged to the humans. You want to take one?
I think. Never mind. Forget it.
The horses. I'm sorry, you would have known this, but the horses told us, or told Vita, that he didn't ride here on horseback. He came here on his own feet.
Yeah.
So like he flew here or something.
This
he
might be
have
a
a
weird
horse to
one,
spare.
right? But can I roll to know the weather this night?
You could roll a survival check.
Right?
Is it nighttime or is it daytime?
Right now would be evening, as you guys notice. Oh, okay. All right.
Oof.
Okay. Well, okay. You don't know what's happening or what the weather's going to be, but yeah, there is a weather effect that's coming later on. So it would be the sun's setting at the moment. Now that the distortion in the air is gone, you guys will be able to tell it's like more so nighttime, getting close to it.
Jeez.
So, what do you guys want to do?
You guys ready to head out?
I'd like to moisten my unclean battle axe to get the blood wet again. Hold my head against not my head, Jesus fucking Christ, that's some Hannibal Lecter type shit. My hand against it and put it on the floor in front of the portal as a form of respect to the Dark Goddess.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna leave my latest artwork of the fox being with the rock on top of it.
All right.
And hope it doesn't fucking rain tonight, because I don't know.
Okay, cool. So you leave that there. What about the rest of you guys? What do you guys want to do?
I honestly think that we should long rest here for the night.
Could we still have enough visibility to travel until it gets darker?
Some of you have dark vision, so it wouldn't be an issue. Or you guys could use your sword to kind of see through certain things, for sure.
If things are so time sensitive, maybe we should trek a bit more through the night and rest somewhere closer to the mountain.
I don't think it'd be safe to be traveling through the woods at night, considering what we went through to get here.
I am also still pretty hurt from that last encounter.
I understand it's time sensitive, but it'll be more difficult.
I'm good with resting.
All right. I guess we'll re-resting then.
Okay, all right. So you guys decide to set up camp over here by the portal. And as you guys are setting up camp, you start to notice that it starts to rain, and it rains heavily. Thankfully, Andre, you're close enough to your artwork to grab it if you want to, but before the rain completely drenches it. Do you want to?
Yeah,
All right.
absolutely.
So you grab the ring.
100%.
You guys set up camp, and
I would camp with the tieflings.
cool. All right. So you would go set up camp with the tieflings. As you guys do so, you guys set up. Is there anything you guys want to do special for camp or no?
Oh, what do you mean?
Do you guys want to do anything during this period, or do you guys just want to go through a long rest?
I don't know.
Actually,
I want to
I
do
got
specific
stuff I wanna
things. I got stuff I want to do as well.
Okay.
yeah, I also have things I would like to do.
All right. What would you guys like to do?
I am going to I'm going to go meditate and try and commune with that my Deva.
Okay. All right. We'll probably have to keep that for next session because I'll need more information. What about
Okay.
you, Azur? What do you want to do?
I would actually go and tell everything as far as like the stories about the removing the corruption to Jimmy.
Okay.
I would let him know that we plan on addressing one of them, and that there seems to be some connection. And so I'll keep him updated as time goes on.
All right. And Galahad, what did you want to do?
I will go over to the fire over here and start writing down what all that just happened.
Got it. Understood.
Sealing it in a note and then placing it in the fire to send back home
Okay.
as
Perfect.
more information I was gathering.
All right.
Abba, I would actually like to also write another spell into my book.
Yeah, just do that. You don't have to tell me.
Okay.
All right. So a long rest goes by. You guys can regenerate all your points and all your spell slots. It is now currently early morning. It's a bit misty outside as the rain is kind of subsided. You guys didn't have the best of sleep, but good enough to pass for a form of a long rest. And now it's currently, I'd probably say, close to noon.
We should go. We've already wasted enough time.
Let's make haste.
Okay.
Just onward.
Yep. Let us depart.
All right. Okay, so as you guys depart and you make your way, where are you guys going exactly? Right now, let me just grab your models. Let me just grab these models, put them over here. Let me save this.
Munchies.
And let me, here we go, world map. You guys can see the map, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, good. So, you guys are currently over here. You know what? It might be easier with a line. You guys are currently over here. Let me do a different color. Let's do red. So this is where you guys are. You guys are right now in these woods. You guys are about on this bend. If you guys want to go to the mountain range, it will take some time. It'll take you guys a couple of days. It'll be a long trek, but you guys can go over here, and that'll take you a few days. And then there's the mine here that exists at the edge, right over there. Oh, yeah.
Knowing this.
And
Go
also there's a grove that I forgot to mention that was marked and mentioned. This is not one of your quests, but you were made aware of this. And this would exist a little bit here, right there on the dot. Cool?
And what was the grove from?
The grove...
So the grove and the mine were both outcrops of the corruption. They weren't the core of the corruption, but they were basically other outposts of corruption. Right?
Yes, right.
That's what the parchment said, right?
That's right.
It also
So the
mentioned that the
core-
mines were a source.
No, the mine wasn't a source. It was
Yeah. The
not
mine, the mine, and the grove are the two outposts, and the one,
Yeah, they're
the
outposts.
temple is in the mountains.
The temple is the source of it, but it's spread to two other points. So basically, think of
Correct.
them as like
Yeah,
other bases. If we deal with the sub bases, it won't get rid of the corruption. If we deal with the main base, it'll get rid of the corruption. But stuff happening at the sub bases, like the mine, where those kids were being taken from originally, were at the mine. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So
Maybe mine first,
if
since
the
it's
rich
two birds, one stone.
fighters, if we detour for the mine, we'll let more time will go past. It'll take us longer to kill the corruption altogether. And I'm not sure. I want to save children as well, but if we do not get to kill the corruption and end it there, another outcropping might pop up.
Yes, but the corruption has been happening for, based on his description, decades, eons. It's not...
But if we know what the source is, we know where the source of the corruption is.
Yeah, so do they, and they do nothing about it. So I think kids currently living is
Do anything.
more important than corruption that's been happening for who knows how long.
Who knows if the kids are even there? You saw the corruption of
It doesn't matter.
spread. You've seen things happen. They might have been already taken to the source for their rituals.
It doesn't matter. It's part of our quest. We agreed and we signed up with the Adventurers Guild. So this is what we do. Trying to detour from something we already agreed to is a ridiculous point at this matter. We have to go back there at some point. I don't know why you guys keep trying to make more enemies.
To be clear, they did accept the quest in regards to investigating the children. That is something that they decided to accept. But yeah.
Also, we don't know that if we go and destroy these outcroppings of the corruption, if it may weaken the main corruption.
It's a lot to gamble. We know what. All I'm saying is we know where the source is. We know where it's focused. Everything else is just an assumption.
we still should go check and see if the children are alive before we go to the source.
And if they're not there, if they're at the source, then we've wasted time and they might be dead by then.
They might be dead now.
That's true. They might be dead now.
What do Vita and Andre want to do?
I want to go with the children. I understand, like, that Galahad wants to just cut the tree by the roots, but it's very time sensitive that we get to the kids, and the last known place is the mines. So we need to go there either way.
I don't think we need to go there if we kill the source. We could. Those threats might be over by then.
Okay. And Andre, what do you want to do?
Andre sees which way the party is leaning and decides to just leave it up to them.
Okay. All right. So you guys can just vote on it. Handle it democratically.
I think we're going to go to the mines.
Yeah.
I think that idea, but we're going to go to the mines anyway.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's fine. That's part of it. All right, cool. The trek is approximately, it's going to take you guys quite some time. But I think, let me think here. Yeah, I think we'll end today's session there. We'll end today's session there. Yeah, we're going to end today's session there. You guys have made your choice. You guys have decided on a plan of action. And you guys are going to be heading towards the mine.
Oh, shit.
Why would
Oh,
you,
Jesus.
That was an accident.
flipping the table?
I was trying to click the menu button and then my fucking hand slipped.
It's all good. It's all good. But today's session was good. We're going to wrap it up there. So everyone who's watching on YouTube, thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you guys had fun. And we will be back probably next week around the same time to engage in yet another adventure to find out what's going on. So that is it